Hello, hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Hopefully well. See how we do today. So hey, everybody, how you doing? So we normally I'd be streaming Final Fantasy 14 today. However, apparently somebody's out and the group, or at least the leader of the group, doesn't like to prog without everybody there, which I think is kind of ridiculous when it's only one person. Like if it's a majority of people, it's like, okay, it's not worth trying to recruit that many people. But when it's only one person, come on, get over it. But it is what it is. I cannot override their decision making, and it is not my team. So we're gonna come back to this stuff today. Oh, I thought it must be muted here for some reason. There we go. The startup music anyway. But yeah, that's where we are at. In any case, what we're gonna do today, as is obvious, we're gonna continue on with Persona 4 Ultimax. Hopefully we get to a point where we get to actually play the game. But honestly, I do like the story. It's just that it was a lot of story to front load when I was tired and exhausted. That's why I went to arcade mode. And I think this time what we'll do is we'll head back over, just for completion's sake, to... Actually, let me kill this. There. And we'll head on over to the P4A, because that one at least, A, you know, we've already done before a while ago, but also B, has a lot more battles in between all the story, so it is what it is. But for now, let us get back to this, and I will full screen this. And we'll go real full screen when the fight stuff comes on. Actually, real quick, let me just check to see if my camera's in the right place for the fight screen. Bam! Beautiful. Alright, so back to the other one. And away we go. Apparently we're following Yosuke right now.
Damn it, it's not turning on. The streetlights are all out too. What in the world's going on here?
Wrong hide. What was the hide that I wanted? That one. Okay, there we go. Midnight Channel came on again. I called up you, and all of a sudden, my cell's gone completely dead. What the world is happening now? Okay, he saw the Midnight Channel. But where the hell is he right now? In the Samigawa floodplains. Where did he see the Midnight Channel in the middle of the floodplains? And this is, you know, a number of years before you could do streaming stuff, beyond the fact that it was regular TVs that were doing this stuff, so a little ridiculous. But let's do this. I decided to rush to the floodplain. Aha! Why? This continually happens every game, doesn't matter which game. That I start to comment on something and wonder why the hell something's the way it is. And then all of a sudden, they answer my question in literally the next line. It's painful. Oh, one other thing we're gonna do today, which is only a minor thing. I brought out I found one of my old arcanas, tarot arcanas. Like I said before, I used to do tarot readings and stuff. And we'll take a look at what everybody is in those ones for funsies. The theming of this deck is Fae, so it ought to be somewhat, if not in, you know, a hugely enjoyable little distraction, since we had done that for my Shadowrun Arcana. At least this one keeps all the names stabilized, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Anyway, back to this. I decided to rush to the floodplain for the time being, but there's not a single soul out in the red fog apart from Teddy, who's running right next to me. Isn't this pretty dangerous?
There's no one around. Am I gonna be all alone with Yosuke for the rest of my life? No! Why couldn't I be stuck with a beautiful lady?
I'm pretty sure the feeling's mutual there, Teddy.
I could say the same thing about you. Anyways, we need to get to Junes right now. Let's go.
Can't lower this any lower.
We're going to Junes? Such devotion to your company in a crisis.
That's not why we're going, moron. Someone from the team's bound to be there now.
But who?
Whenever
And
anything
why?
happened, we always met up there. So if we can't get in contact with anyone, that's the first place to go, right?
It occurs to me. Even Yosuke is smarter than freaking Akechi. As far as deduction is concerned. No, you know what? That's not fair to Akechi. That's really not fair to Akechi. But Yosuke is on his level, which is kind of bad. That's really bad if you have some no-blow dude in the middle of nowhere being just as good, if not better than you. Like, we've already established that he doesn't hold a candle to Naoto. Naoto is just hands down the best detective, you know, singular detective of all of Persona. But specifically, Yosuke is kind of on Akechi's level, so.
Oh, I see. Then Sensei, Chie-chan, Yuki-chan, and even Kanji are probably on their way right now.
Actually, I could imagine Kanji going straight into the TV world instead.
See, he's on the same level as you. I love it. I mean, that guy went into the TV while he was half asleep. It wouldn't surprise me if the first thing he thought of, I better get into the TV right away.
Still, what was up with that midnight channel earlier? I've never heard of it starting before midnight. And what's up with the countdown? This isn't New Year's Eve.
It's a good thing we were in front of the TV. If we missed it, the world could have ended without us even knowing.
Dude, don't even say stuff like that.
Beyond the fact that I'm pretty sure you would have noticed the red sky. If I'm remembering it right, he said something about a one-on-one battle within an hour. And and then there was that short shot of Mitsuru-san and her people
Was that
on
video
crosses.
for real? I doubt Mitsuru-san's bunch would get caught that easily.
Crucifying a lady like that is unforgivable. Yosuke, let's hurry and meet up with everyone so we can go rescue Michan.
He said a lady. There's 3 ladies there. Excuse you, Teddy. Because you got Mitsuru, the one that he noticed, Aigis, and still can't remember her name. Gosh dang it! I can see her face though. The censor for the P3 team, the Navi, I should say.
Right. You're really fired up about this, aren't you?
And then, I'm gonna get a thank you kiss from the lovely ladies.
Never mind. He did remember about them. He just was very specific since Mitsuru was the leader of that group.
That's what you're after. How much of a horn dog can one bear be?
Huh? Don't you like Michan's amazing bod too, Yosuke?
I mean, I'm not a big Mitsuru-san for you know, romancing, but even I gotta admit that her body's pretty nice.
Well, who wouldn't be interested? Hey, where are you going with this?
But to be serious for a sec, that lady's way too intense for me. Not that she pulls off that queen thing to a T. She totally is one. No, wait, now's not the time to be fantasizing about that kind of stuff.
Ugh! Don't stop all so suddenly. I don't have bear brakes, you know.
Teddy's saying something stupid again, but I don't have time to deal with it. I turned to Teddy and mentioned the doubt that just hit me just
Hey,
now.
is this fog getting thicker?
Not just my imagination. The visibility is way worse than when we rushed out of the house. This red fog is definitely getting thicker. This is starting to be way too much like last year's case. Then again, the fog that time wasn't red like this.
Achoo!
Yikes, can't you cover your mouth when you sneeze? What's gotten into you?
My nose got itchy all of a sudden. I'm very sorry.
Just hurry up and wipe your nose.
By the way, Yosuke,
What now?
I hope it's just my imagination, but was this road always this long?
Huh?
In spite of myself, I take a quick look around. I was so caught up in the moment that I didn't notice, but why are we running on and on down the floodplain? I can't see too well through the fog, but I don't remember the floodplain going on this long. And what little I can see in the distance looks distorted, like we're in the TV world. I'm really getting a bad feeling about all this.
Hey, Yosuke?
What now?
I've been having this bad feeling all this time. Can I share this scary feeling with you too?
Like, as much as people, you know, shit on Teddy, and don't get me wrong, I'm also frustrated sometimes with what Teddy's like, the voice actor nails Teddy. Like, I've heard the Japanese and the English Teddy, and he's on point. It's amazing.
What's with the creepy buildup? Just hurry up and say it.
We're outside the TV world right now, right? But this place smells the same.
The same as where?
Well, the same as inside the TV.
Huh? Seriously?
Uh-huh. Look, my bare nose is itching up a storm.
Your nose? That's right. Does that mean you can tell where everyone is?
I can kinda tell, but this fog is so thick that it's, achoo!
God, don't turn towards me when you're sneezing. You're sure that's not just allergies?
How rude! I don't have any allergies. My nose has been feeling so itchy that...
Yeah, what a reliable nose you have. Damn it, gotta find everyone somehow. With the town all messed up, even that might be impossible.
If the town's really become like the TV world, then I doubt this road leads to Juness at all. There doesn't seem to be a soul in town with things like this. Are the others really safe?
What now?
Here it comes! My teddy sensors are picking up something!
I don't know what he picked up, but Teddy begins running down the riverbank. Wait, the heck's he doing running ahead all by himself? I hurriedly follow him down the riverbank.
You still haven't told me what... Huh? Is someone coming?
Sorry about the wait.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
You? How did you get here?
Yosuke, hold on a sec!
Huh? Not now, Teddy. I'm glad you're safe, you.
Of course. So you're with Teddy after all.
Huh? Well, yeah. You're acting kind of strange. What's going on?
I feel like if this situation happened with the P5 cast, so specifically we're looking at Ryuji and Ren, and obviously Mona backing them up, I feel like Ryuji would never have noticed that Ren was acting strange. And Mona would have to really yell into Ryuji's ear to get him over it. Then again, I don't think Ryuji would
Worthless
phone out
vermin
Mona
can't
that
survive
much
without
like
huddling together.
Yosuke is trying to drown out Teddy right now.
Huh?
Worthless vermin? Something's not right. You doesn't seem like his usual self. In the last P1 Grand Prix, there were times when the other person was just hearing something different from what we said. But that was because Labrys' special function was messing with our senses. Would the same thing be happening here?
Yosuke, no! That's not Sensei! He has a strong, shadowy stink!
What?
The you here smirks in a totally evil way. Yeah, Teddy's right. This guy definitely isn't you.
It's too late. Now, bring on the ring.
Whoa! What the...
When this thing that looks like you raises his hand in the air, 4 glowing red pillars fall from the sky to surround us. Yet we're only going to be fighting on 2 axes of the plane. Anyway, lodging themselves in the ground. Teddy has to roll backwards on instinct to avoid getting crushed by one of them.
I'm gonna die!
Teddy, are you okay? Ugh!
I try to rush over to him, but in the corner of my eye, I see one of the red pillars give off an eerie glow.
Ow!
Next moment, I ran right into an invisible wall. That really hurt. I feel my nose is gonna fall off. This is another thing that's just like the P1 Grand Prix the other day.
Huh? You really don't learn, do you, Yosuke? This is the P1, so obviously the rule is that only the winner can move on. Now, it's about to begin. The first battle of the P1 climax. Is everyone ready? You again? Yosuke, the fake Teddy's back!
Oh, really? I thought you were just teleporting real fast between the 2 places.
You're General Teddy? Seriously? But you were just Labrys's...
What are you talking about? You're such a grown ranger, Yosuke. It doesn't matter who I am. Continue this idle speculation, and you'll lose your life rather quickly.
What?
Teddy speaking in like super formal speech like that is actually quite frightening. This isn't good. I sense something and instinctively dive to the side. After I do a quick roll on the hard ground, I hurry to get back on my feet. I look back to where I was standing to see the sword you swinging hit that exact spot. Holy shit, if that had hit me, I would have been practically dead.
Bastard! was that for?
There's only one thing that happens in the P1. So hurry and draw your weapon, Yosuke.
What are you saying? You seem a lot like you. I can't tell if you're being tricked or not.
You don't trust Teddy's nose? Like, that's one of the few things that was very reliable on Teddy. Once it got a lock on what was being smelled, it was pretty dead on.
Yosuke, there's no need to worry. What you're looking at now isn't Sensei. It's a complete fake that I made. So now that there's no need to hold back, go fight it!
A fake?
That's right! What really draws in the crowds at a fighting tournament are chaotic, intense, neck-and-neck battles!
It's neck in neck, and it's usually for a race because it's the necks lining up, but you know.
So the great General Teddy went
I
to
believe.
the trouble
If I'm
of
wrong,
getting up
then
shadows to
I'll
settle
look it up
things
later.
with you guys.
He made this thing? Nice. The U here looks exactly like the real deal. Where did General Teddy learn that trick? Wait a second. Even before that, wasn't General Teddy just another form of Labrys's shadow? But Labrys already accepted her shadow and made it her persona. This doesn't make any sense.
What's the matter? You're supposed to be all about fair and square fights. Why won't you hurry up and start this mano-a-mano rumble?
That one's at least correct. As General Teddy speaks, the fake U readies his sword. Damn. It really is just like the real one.
You're seriously a fake? You're pretty well made.
Of course I am. I was born from your data. My
Data?
skills are the same. In fact, they are superior.
That's Hallie Doppel.
Or are you incapable of doing anything without your friends, Captain Risantamo?
Oh, you just had to take a jab at my painful memories, didn't you? But I get it now. Since I know you're a fake, there's no need to hold back.
You'll regret acting all gallant like that. Persona.
I mean, his persona is Jiraiya.
What
Tale of the Gallant
world?
Jiraiya.
How did a fake sensei summon a real persona?
Real persona.
Whoa, for real?
Dude, that's so not fair. Aren't you supposed to be limited to summoning personas into the TV world? I have a sharp retort all prepared, but no matter how I look at it, I'm at a disadvantage here. Wait, but hold on. Teddy just said this place smells like the same as the inside of the TV world. Could that mean...
Yosuke, you have to run! Hurry!
Stay back, Teddy. If this seriously is a P1, then we won't be able to go on unless I win. With what's happened to the town, this is no time for hesitating. I'm gonna take a chance and go for it.
I close my eyes and concentrate on my feelings. There's no doubt about it. I sense a large power somewhere inside me, and I hone in on it with my senses. I have to believe in myself. There's a part of me somewhere that is determined not to run anymore. I will defeat this guy and go to tell everyone what's going on.
Persona!
We're actually getting a match, boys and girls. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bitches.
Final.
Still up! Blast on him! Jiraiya! Go, Jiraiya! Too slow! You're all right! You're so cool! Bingo! Go get it! You're way home! And stay down! Behind you!
Man, his movement is a little trickier than I remember in Cross Tag, anyway.
Here we go!
The usual.
I'm glad you won.
Come on.
I win!
The moment I declare victory over the fake you, the red pillars surrounding us shatter with a tinkling noise. If the P1 rules still apply, that must mean the invisible walls are gone now. But man, even though these are fake, it was pretty tiring to fight another Persona user. Every time I clashed with him, my muscles were burning up. My eyes feel like they're prickling. Nice! Did you get to a save point? Huh? Am I that out of shape?
Yosuke! I believed in you!
As if pushing away the red fog, Teddy comes rushing into me with a tear-stained face and a drippy nose. I open my arms and reflexively dodge him.
Yosuke?
Yeah, there's one thing I've learned when playing Metroidvanias is that find the save point. The further you get without a save point, you know that you've got a save point that you either missed or is coming up, because you're gonna lose a lot of progress that way. Dude, what did you expect? You were practically soaking in fog, tears, and snot. I tried not to notice his offended look, and I tried to come up with something else to talk about.
Well, fake you. Are you? Ah! Whoa!
He's a shadow. When I turn around, the fake you starts to melt into black goop before my eyes. The surreal sight leaves me at a loss for words, but not Teddy.
Ah! Sensei's melted like butter!
Dude, that wasn't the real you. Though this is kind of a gross way to prove it.
Even as we speak, the fake you bubbles up and continues to melt away. Guess they weren't lying when they said this fake was made with a shadow. Still, just because it's a fake doesn't change the fact that it looks like you. Seeing it dissolve like that makes me feel a little sick.
Huh?
Once the fake you completely loses its shape, becoming just a black puddle, those particles of light float up into the sky.
What was that?
Hey, Yosuke, and that was a shadow, not Sensei, right?
Yeah, seems like. The real you, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't melt into goo like that.
At least not without a lot of fire.
That's true, but,
What is it? You're being really cagey today.
Labby-chan's kidnapper said he wanted to steal our personas and make them into shadows, right? Do you think Sensei's persona got stolen and became that thing you fought?
What? Like hell that would happen. Wait, it wouldn't, right?
Don't ask me, I asked you first!
No, that's impossible. There's no way he'd go down so fast. But that fake was really strong. And the way it fought did seem a lot like the real you.
Anyway, we gotta hurry and find the others. This whole thing is making me more and more nervous. And man, suddenly I can use my persona in the real world? What's happening to this town?
Huh?
What's up?
I smell the real Sensei! And from the other direction, I'm sniffing... Oh, it's Yuki-chan!
You're still in the Chozo ruins, aren't you? That particular tree room that has... Basically, it's circular plus up and down levels. If I remember correctly. Uh-huh. One we have to scan the ruins. Yeah. There's some things about the original that are a little frustrating. I do have to say, the most frustrating part of the original, and I'm going to prep you, is that there is one zone that literally kind of connects most zones, and you have to continually go through it when you're backtracking back and forth. And there's not really a fast travel system other than the elevators that go to other areas. Kind of an annoyance. But I also will say one of my favorite zones, despite some of the difficulty with the dark rooms when you first get there, is the snow zone. I'm just going to say generically, because God, it looks beautiful, and I can't wait to see it in HD, dude. That probably will look absolutely gorgeous. And the music is one of my favorites.
Really? Can you smell the other guys too?
No, just those two. Actually, this might not be good. I sense shadows
that's
real
but that's
close to
baby
both of
stuff
them.
as far as annoyances like that. There's more than that. There's much more than that as far as oh, I went through all this thing. Oh yeah, now go back and do this other thing. Oh great. It's kind of what Metroidvania does well. But it only does it well when you don't have to, when you're kind of either made aware of what you have to do before you go through the area, like in this case, or when you have to come back to the area, it's a long time later. So it's like, oh wait, I remember that. Let me go back, you know? But obviously in this specific case, it's I climbed the tree, got to the top, and they're like, oh, you have to scan all the ruins that are that you passed on the way up here. So it's like, Couldn't I have done that on my way here? That's one of the bad ones. Well, maybe not bad, but not as good.
What? Damn it. Oh well, we're gonna have to split up. We need to make sure everyone's safe first. After that, we can meet up at Juness. I'm sure you won't get lost with that nose of yours.
Alrighty then. In that case, it's time to fully open up my bare nostrils. Roar! Wait for me, Yuki-chan! Your teddy is coming for you!
Hey, wait! You didn't tell me where you is!
Roar! Yuki-chan!
Damn it, you perverted bear! You are so getting a pay cut for this!
At least I got to do one fight. Third ordeal. Oh, the general's endurance. Well, let's keep the timeline rolling. Oh, all of a sudden I'm in the Velvet Room.
Ah, welcome to the Velvet Room.
How did that work out for you? Hey, Margaret. You know that voice. When I look around, I see an endlessly blue space that I've come to know well. The Velvet Room. A place where the ceiling, floor, and even the walls are deep blue azure. And sometimes even the bars of a cell, but not always. Sometimes there's a giant clock, and I feel like I'm going out of an elevator, and oh wait, I don't know about these two other examples that I'm making. Holy shit. Alright. It exists between mind and matter, and not far away from me sits two figures.
Did I startle you?
No, but...
I'm sure that I opened the front door to leave for Junez. I don't remember ever connecting to the Velvet Room before. Or is this a dream?
I have business with you today, so I've summoned you. Marie?
Oh. When he said two people, I thought Igor was going to be the other one, but apparently, nope. Another figure steps forth. This place is like all sit. It's a limo. Yeah, at least the morph ball is a lot, or morph ball bombs are a lot easier to get in this game than the next one. God, the morph ball guardian in the next game is such a pain. No, let me take that back. The morph ball, it's another morph ball ability in the second game that pissed me off like crazy. It wasn't the morph ball bombs, it was the boost ball. Anyway, but that's the next game, so you don't have to worry about that.
Sorry,
yeah.
I asked her to do this. There's something I have to do right now.
Uh-huh. Marie, or rather, the minor goddess who now protects this town, speaks cryptically of a crisis.
What happened?
I can't really tell you because of the rules of this room, but you've noticed, right? Something terrible's about to happen to this town.
That's right. Now that she said it that way, every single person while we're in this room speaks cryptically, just in general. Happened in P3, P4, and P5. The one where you got him to charge and then shoot him in the ass? I think. There's a lot of shit that are from plenty of other Metroid games, so as far as me remembering it outright, it's going to be more difficult. That was a pretty interesting fight. If I had to say my favorite boss fight... What stood out to me? I don't know what I would consider my favorite boss. Maybe when I got the Varia suit? That was an interesting fight too. But I can't remember now. Because the only two that I remember that, you know... I take it back. I can remember 3 different boss fights that aren't the final boss that I think I only remember very clearly because I hated them. They were so frustrating. The Varia suit wasn't one of the frustrating ones. That's why I'm guessing the Varia suit considering I remember it, but The other two were like so frustrating at the time. But then again, I probably wasn't as good as I used to be, or vice versa. I'm probably a lot better now than I was then.
I'll do my best to stop it. But that won't even come close to being enough. So, you might end up in danger again. Because of this.
See, Maurice could be said to be one and the same with this town. Any problems with the town leads directly to problems with Marie, creating a burden on her. Marie's fighting this too.
Leave it to me. I'll protect this town from whatever's coming.
Marie looks surprised for a moment at my words. Then she looks down and says nothing.
Marie, are you okay?
You stupid goody-goody womanizing lame-o! Just hurry and get out of here!
That's a mean thing to say to a person who worried about you. Well, it is like her. Still, she may be toughing it out, but I can tell this abnormality is eating away at Marie.
It seems you still have a lot to learn. You may have noticed, but your precious town faces an even greater threat than before. Someone is attempting to merge Inaba with the other world, which you once called the Midnight Channel.
They keep taking inspiration from stuff that kind of shows up in the previous game and then expand upon it. Because technically the fog was, merging the two worlds, but it wasn't very clear. Where this is more clear, and then we get, what happened in P5. Oh, yeah. That's why I was kind of worried about this, just because thinking after playing Metroid Dread, thinking back on is there a Metroid game that is super accessible like that? Because I can't think of any. Though with the fact that both Zero Mission and Fusion will be coming to Switch through the Nintendo Online Plus whatever bullshit thing, those might be the most accessible just because they were built with very few buttons in mind. So.
What?
Fortunately, Marie's powers are currently protecting the townspeople. But that will not last long.
What do you mean?
A town that's become a labyrinth choked by fog and silence. Inaba exists in a unique time right now. Only Persona users who have accepted their suppressed egos are able to freely move about through the evil red fog. But at this rate, the fog will thicken, and those who cannot use such powers will be swallowed into this world.
Yeah, honestly, I'm with you there. I haven't even beaten the original Golden Sun, and while I did own the second one, I never played it because I wanted to finish the first one first, and then I definitely didn't play the other one or two that are left. The point still stands that, it is what it is there.
So that's what General Teddy meant by within the hour.
This will be the third ordeal thrust upon you. Or perhaps it is the continuation of the second.
If the second was Persona 4 Ultimax 1, then yes.
Will you overcome it with aplomb this time as well?
Go. You can do this. And as for the culprit in this case...
That's odd. Marie's voice is starting to sound hazy. And this sensation, I felt it before. The feeling I get when I leave the Velvet Room. Wait, no, Marie's not done yet. The culprit in this case. But before I can hear the most crucial part of Marie's message, my consciousness is slowly being swallowed by darkness. The Metroids are going to be the stuff that I definitely get it for. As I've said before, though, just because Metroids move Nintendo system for me. I will buy a Nintendo system when a Metroid shows up on it. So definitely those two Metroid games showing up will be nice for me. What else was there? Golden Sun was nice. As far as what was on GBA, the fact that GB and GBA means that we can actually play classic Pokemon too, which will be fun. What else? Ooh, Legend of Zelda. I know that the classic Link Awakening DX is going to come out, but I wonder if they'll do Minish Cap. Are they gonna do the Oracle games? I loved the Oracle games, man. That would be awesome. What else? Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I should continue considering. Oh, it was. It was an absolute marvel. I don't think I understood most of the mechanics, but you know, it was fun to watch.
That's odd. I passed
I
by
wonder if
here
they'll
earlier,
fix
too.
the music at all. Although I doubt it. And by fix the music is because they, you know, the fact that the GBA's sound chip was kind of garbage. More than kind of garbage, but you know. Same sign again, and it turns out turns that shouldn't exist. Just like Margaret said, our neighborhoods of Venaba become a maze in this red fog. It really is just like the TV world. Get the feeling the shadows could come crawling out of the shadows of ordinary buildings. Shake my head at such thoughts. This anxiety because of the fog.
Margaret called this a continuation of what happened the other day.
It probably is. It probably was stretching the limits of what the GBA could do. It did come out towards the end of its life cycle, so it makes sense. So probably they stretched the limits of what they could get done. If I remember correctly, I think technically the first two Golden Sun games were supposed to be one game, and that's probably why they had to split it into two, was the amount of technical aspect they put into the thing. When Labris was thrown into the TV world, her kidnapper said, "You got the better of me this time." This is a continuation of the other day, then it means that he's already making his next move. Figured as much. The culprit's objective then was to gather powerful shadows. Is that what he's setting up to do this time as well? But something's bothering me. What is it? Is there something I'm missing? Just when I'm about to sort through the pieces once more, the red fog parts and I see a familiar building in front of me.
This is Juness. Why is it here?
At the corner of my eye, I see a figure pass by and enter Junez through the front door.
Yosuke.
What a relief to see him safe. But it looks like he didn't hear me because he keeps going and disappears into Junez.
Yosuke, wait!
I hurry after him. The elevators aren't lit and don't seem to be moving, so I ignore them and run up the stairs. Yosuke looked like he was headed for the food court on the rooftop. I have to follow him.
Yosuke!
When I call out to the person standing in the food court, Yosuke turns around while gripping the fence and smirks.
Yo, it's you! Well, I had a feeling someone would show up.
That's what I was thinking too. Are you alone? Where's Teddy?
Teddy? Oh, that useless ball of fur?
Oh, so this is already a... Something's not right. Teddy and Yosuke bicker all the time, but their bond of trust is stronger than anyone else's underneath it. By the way, Yosuke talked about him just now... By the way, Yosuke talked about him just now had this... Oh, but the way... I read it by the way, I'm an idiot. But the way Yosuke talked about him just now had this obvious current of disdain to him.
Are you really Yosuke?
Who cares? Either way, you're done for. Plus, take a look at that.
Yosuke points to what's behind me. When I turn to look, I see he's pointing at something beyond the red haze, on the hill beyond the distorted neighborhood. Most likely the site of the Yasogami High where I used to attend. Looms a bizarre, long, and unnaturally thin shadow. Oh god, it is Tartarus all over again, because the school is what converts to this tower. What the hell?
What is that?
When I rush over to the fence, the wind pushes away the fog, letting me see the thin shadow for what it really is. A grotesque tower that defies reality, nothing like any normal building. The image of Mitsuru-san's people being crucified passes through my mind.
Don't tell me.
You understand the rules now? That's where you're headed, if you want to save your precious friends and this world.
I squint to try and get a better look at the tower through the fence, but the fog blows in again, seals that abomination. As I continue to stare at it, hoping the winds will change, I sense Yosuke move.
Persona.
Look out, you!
As I react to Yosuke's move, Yosuke's persona comes charging in with tremendous speed, gouging the fence with his arm. What's going on here?
Persona! And 2 Yosuke's! Don't be fooled! That's a fake me! Don't get in my way! Persona!
Some of the art in this game is too good. The 2 Jiraiya's clash fiercely and an immense shockwave shakes up the surrounding air. As the personas cross swords, what looks like sparks scatter all across the darkened food court. The 2 Yosuke summon their personas before my eyes.
This guy's not me or my shadow. It's a fake that was made with a chunk of a shadow.
A chunk of a shadow?
General Teddy set this up. He supposedly made these things to force us to fight. Thing is, we can summon our personas here too. We have to beat them all and move on.
The 2 Jiraiyas use the rebound of their powers to put distance between each other. Though the opponent is a fake, this shows that their skills are perfectly matched.
Yosuke, are you alright?
To be honest, I'm exhausted. But if this is more of the P1, then we can't let ourselves lose.
Oh, so you noticed too. The culprit behind Labrys's kidnapping is doing this as well.
Right. I don't know what they're after, but let's defeat this thing and keep going. Morons! You still don't get it, do you? You're both going down here.
Another game that I'd like to get on the GBA stuff, GP and GBA stuff is the Warrior Land series. That ought to be fun.
Don't act so tough. You might be a copy of me, but there's no way you can beat you and me at the same time.
Yosuke, this is not cross-tag battle yet, dude. You can't do that.
2 against 1, huh? We're being all fair and square, but I see you'd rather play dirty. Useless vermin who can't do anything unless you're huddled together. You're completely forgetting the rules. The P1 climax is supposed to be all one-on-one battles. I'm not going to take on 2 of you at once. Now, bring on the ring.
On the fake Yosuke's signal, 4 red pillars fall out of the sky. The pillars tower over the food court, surrounding both ourselves and the fake. They give off an eerie light.
Whoa!
What is this?
Come on, first come, first served. Oh, and I guess I'll tell you something else. Ignoring me and trying to run ahead will get you nowhere. Like I said before, if you want to stop the world from ending, you've got no choice but to head to Yasogami High. Now, though, you're already in the ring. Those red pillars create invisible walls, and there's no way to get rid of them but to win one-on-one. In other words,
One time.
the only way you can save your world is for one of you to defeat me. Damn it. Invisible walls again? What are we gonna do? Can we trust anything he's saying?
If I think about the way the previous P1 Grand Prix worked, there's no reason to doubt that these invisible walls exist. There's no way to confirm that what the fake Yosuke is saying, and even if there was, if beating him in a 2-on-1 fight resulted in us being trapped here, then it would be a hollow victory. Hi, General Teddy.
Jeez, you just don't know when to give in. Can't you just go on and fight when it's not against your friends? You already know it's a fake.
You.
Yes, it's the lovely General Teddy. I've been watching all this time, and what am I seeing? I poured my heart into making fakes who look exactly like you, all to set up a good fight. What more do you want?
Can it? With all that fair and square stuff you were saying, were we somehow not supposed to think something's going on with all this?
Yosuke, how cruel. I just want to feel your fighting spirit. Though, this is fine with me, you know. At such a leisurely pace, the world really will be destroyed. Now, hurry up and fight to the death.
Oh, that bastard. Even the fake one's not half as cute as he thinks.
Calm down, Yosuke. Getting flustered is exactly what they want.
Still, we have no other choice than to fight the fake here. Question is, who will go up against it, Yosuke or me? I already fought as Yosuke, I'd rather play as you right now. And full screen this bitch. Why is Yu's height and weight unknown? Wouldn't they be more known?
Final.
Let's fight!
Easy enough.
Go for another one! You're right, you got to pull it there! Just keep going! Alright, take it from your side.
Easy enough.
Keep going! Yeah, go full bore! Finish him off! Now's your chance! Yes! You really are strong!
And there it goes collapsing. Melt away into nothingness. Red pillars surrounding us shatter. The fake Yosuke loses cohesion while the black bubbles burst from it. What look like glowing grains of sand quietly emerge from it. As they get caught up in the fog, the glowing grains disappear into the sky.
It really was a chunk of a shadow.
You could have trusted me at least on that part, you know. Though that doesn't make me feel better about seeing this happen so many times.
Many times. Did you fight a fake version of someone else before coming here?
Yeah. It was, a fake you.
Me? Huh. Are you alright?
Oh, sure. I figured out pretty quick that it wasn't you. These guys aren't trying too hard to act like us. It's not like before when they were trying to upset us. But that makes it even more disturbing.
They're not trying to hide and they're fighting fair. That seems really fishy in itself.
Right? Well, the rule where you have to win one-on-one before moving on seems to be the same as before. But something's telling me we shouldn't believe everything they're saying either.
Yosuke's right. It certainly looks like the culprit has come to settle this fair and square. He's also taken Mitsuru-san and the town hostage, leaving us no choice but to fight. Which means there must be a reason why they're so adamant on us fighting us one-on-one.
That reminds me, is Teddy okay? Have you seen anyone else?
Huh? Oh, Teddy sniffed out Yukiko with that nose of his and took off to find her. Some help that guy was. You have no idea how much trouble I had to go through to find you.
Well, you showed up just in time to save me. Anyway, I'm relieved to hear Teddy's nose is working. Let's leave the others to him. We need to get to Yasugami High. There's not much time left until this supposed end of the world.
Whoa, wait a sec. That fake said the same thing, but why Yasugami High?
I don't know why, but it looks like that's where we have to go. See?
When I point to where I saw the tower, Yosuke rushes over to the fence, his flushed expression changing to surprise on seeing the tower looming on the hill past the hazy red fog.
Is that Yasugami High? What's happened to it?
We'll have to go there and find out. Mitsuru-san and her friends are probably there too.
Damn it, everything's going according to their plan, huh?
Yeah, but we have to do this. I'll be counting on your help, Yosuke. What's the matter?
Nah, you're right. It's not that there's nothing we can do without each other. It's that with each other, we can do anything.
Right. The P1 climax rules say we have to fight one-on-one, then we'll obey them. But we're definitely not incapable of doing anything without crowding together. Each one of us can be as strong as we need to be, if it's for the sake of others and we believe in the cause.
Sorry. Guess I wasn't thinking straight. Let's go, partner.
I really wish that there was an arena game for P5 at this point. I nod. Yosuke looks like he's overcome his doubt, and together we run towards Yasugami High through the maze-like town. Eventually, we reach the base of the hill, where we discover a sign with the arrow pointing towards the P1 climax main site. It's no longer a maze from here on. There seems to be a little distortion. There's a little bit of distortion, but this the usual school route I remember taking every day. I ignore the P1 climax flyers pasted everywhere like election posters.
These again? How much more are they going to bring up those painful memories? Whoa!
Yosuke suddenly stops his complaining. What's just come into view for both of us is a strangely decorated school building, just like in the P1 Grand Prix from the other day, and that bizarre tower that looms over the rooftop.
Holy crap! It really is on top of our school. And why is it so big?
Why is his hand so big? What? His hand so big? Forgot to switch back.
That voice, was that Yukiko?
Let's hurry.
After nodding to each other, we made a dash towards the Yasogami High main gate. Please be safe, Yukiko. I assume we're gonna shoom over to where Teddy is. Yep, it's saving without doing anything, which means we gotta go over to Teddy. Hi, Teddy.
Just you wait, Yuki-chan. I'm coming. Huh? It's the same sign again. A dead end this time. What's going on here?
It's no use. I decided I decided to stop and concentrate on my nose.
Here it comes. I'm sensing Yuki-chan for sure. Huh? There's something else nearby too.
Could this be someone trying to approach Yuki-chan? Who must be so lonely and lost? Who must be so lonely and lost without her Teddy? And score with her? That's unforgivable. My rage is on the verge of exploding.
It's no use. I can only tell that there's two.
Of the two readings near Yuki-chan, one of them seems a little bit weird. How do I put this? It was like, that sensei that melted earlier.
Could it be someone's fake? This isn't good. My nose just won't listen. I mean, work. I don't even know where I am anymore. I wonder if Yosuke managed to find Sensei. What are you acting like a lost kid for, you idiot? Ah! It's a ghost! You look so spineless. It is none other than I, General Teddy! Where's your salute? It's that shameless imposter again.
What's with this inflated ego? First we defeated fake sensei, and now it's fake me showing up. Worse yet, it's this bizarre fake that caused me so much hassle the other day. Looks like I better give it a piece of my mind.
Seriously, what a burden you are. If you keep dawdling around, the world will go kablooey!
That's right. I can't waste my time here. Hey, why is this fake telling me that? Oh, is this reverse psychology? Is this weirdly dressed clone actually a good guy? Nah, impossible.
You can try to nudge me along all you want, but I'm not fooled. You're an imposter after my good name. Oh, what a rude bear. Saying such things after I try to be kind. Well then, I'll tell you something especially good. It does not matter whether I'm real or an imposter. Have you forgotten? You are the same as me. Nothing but a mere shadow.
What's going on here? Just when I thought the fake stopped cosplaying as that puffed up general, its voice suddenly changed. How dare he say that I'm the same as a shadow? It's so mean!
That's not true! I mean, I was just an ordinary nobody bear at first, but I met Sensei and everyone else and changed! I'm the one, the only Teddy! Sensei said so! Then tell me this. What would you be if you didn't have your friends? Huh? If you are unable to be yourself until recognized by another, what are you truly? That's... Don't worry, it's not only you. All the worthless refuse living in this world is the same. That is the extent of the self. It is a squalid concept espoused by weaklings who cannot see themselves save through comparison to others.
God, the freaking Teddy actor is so amazing. Oh yeah, for sure. But again, that's because there's less buttons in technicality on Yeah, on a GameCube controller. Two shoulder buttons, the Z button, 1, 2, 3, 4, the C stick. I guess it's almost the same. Maybe it's the placement that made it a little bit more difficult for them to justify having all the buttons in use as they do on the in Dread.
You lick each other's wounds, finding peace by herding together. Deep in this rotted intimacy, you avert your eyes from the truth. That's not how it is. I just want to be with my friends. They're not averting their eyes either. Regardless, I will kill you slowly and return you and your persona back to shadows. Now, bring on the ring!
Not to fight his Teddy, really. When the fake puts his hand up, these weird pillars go wham, right into the ground. This is just like when Yosuke fought against the shadow earlier. Let me guess, does this fake want to pick a fight with me?
What's the matter? Scared? Well then, how about a wager? Whoever wins is the real one.
Is they're both shadows, quotation marks, I get the joke.
Like I let that happen? There's no way I can lose this. I'll do whatever it takes to prove I'm the one and only Teddy in the world!
Oh, here we go. We're actually getting a lot of fights in tonight, huh? Let's go.
Final. Fight!
Surprised that when they decided to do the fighting game with P4 that they used Teddy in his bear form instead of his human form to make it a little bit easier with the anatomy and mechanics. Back to the main.
I did it! I get to keep being the real Teddy! But was fighting always this tiring? I feel more pooped than usual.
Oh, I know what they're doing. Right when I get a chance, sorry, a little bit higher. Right when I get a chance to catch my breath, the pillar split down the middle, and the red fog that had been while I was fighting comes drifting in and moistens my adorable bod.
This fog again. Well, that'll do.
Was this fake not really a fake? When Yosuke won, the fake went all blurp glurp and got melty. So why is this one still standing normally?
A shadow with an ego. I thought it could be suitable for my scheme, but it seems I'll have to use the other instead.
When General Teddy opens his palm, I can see those shiny thingies in it. And just like that, they go flying into the sky like the wind blew them away. What are those shiny thingies? I think I saw them when Yosuke was fighting too.
Come on, what are you staring at? Your friends are already headed to the school. Why aren't you on your way to meet them? Grr. You don't get to boss me around. And what's up with you? You did all this to the town. You keep telling us where we're supposed to go. If you're the enemy, then why aren't you acting more evil? Yeesh. What a noisy bear. Your complaint doesn't make any sense either. Anyway, just hurry up and come to the high school. We're gonna settle the score once and for all then. Wait!
Before I can stop him, General Teddy disappears into the red fog. But I did hear him say that everyone's headed to the school. What are As best as I can remember, the school that Sensei went to is in the same direction as those shiny thingies flew towards.
What is that? There's a huge tower standing where Sensei's high school should be! And what's that red fog swirling around? I think I smell danger from it.
I think for a moment. It looks like something bad's happened to Sensei's school. But I promised Yosuke that I'd find Yuki-chan. My nose is still runny, but Yuki-chan's smell hasn't moved from that spot yet. I know what I have to do.
If the others are headed to the school, then I need to get to Yuki-chan. I'm sure Sensei and the rest can handle everything over there. Rah! Wait for me, Yuki-chan! Your adorable Teddy is rushing to you at once!
Ooh, GA and... Oh, I'm gonna go over to Best Girl. Let's go! Or Best Girl that's available. Best Girl. Yikes, is it this late already? When I check my phone, it's already 11:30 p.m. Looking around, there aren't many houses with lights still on. We're in the middle of a long holiday, but it's almost tomorrow. Today really isn't the time for a scrawny girl like me to be out and about.
Mooku! Jeez, where'd you go?
I look around in search of my pet dog. When I saw the rain had stopped and the thunder was dying down, I decided to bring him along my training after dinner. I didn't count on him getting so scared of the thunder in the distance that he'd run away.
Oh, why do you think I brought you? Taking off and leaving me alone at a time like this really isn't cool. Ah!
That really isn't that far off in the distance, but okay. What? What? What?
What the hell? Oh, that thunder's been rumbling non-stop. What should I do?
I mean, you did say that basically Chia is Aaron for the most part. I stare at my cell phone and then shake my head. Yukun's probably spending quality time with the Dojimas about now. His long holiday was already kind of ruined by that weird case, so I shouldn't bother him again.
Oh yeah, Yukiko! The wait, she's busy. Oh, if I told Yosuke and Kanji about this, they'd definitely make fun of me. Oh, there's always Teddy! Wait, Yosuke would still find out. Oh, sheesh!
That's right, she actually is afraid of lightning, isn't she? I think that one was pretty close. Actually, the one earlier was closer than that one, Jesus. What should I do? Head back home? Am I remembering that right, that dogs have a homing instinct? When I try to figure out what to do and pick up the cell phone I dropped, I happen to notice the phone's clock. Yikes! It's only a few minutes to midnight! When did it get so late? I'm still staring at my phone dumbfounded when the clock's display suddenly disappears. I know, right?
No way, it's out of batteries!
And also one of the Kanker sisters too, I believe. As far as that show in specific. Like, I remember seeing her on Twitter and having a longer list of, she had her list of, like, things that she played, and I was just like, holy shit. It's almost amazing how much I know her voice. I hurry up and check my phone, but then notice something strange. It's not just my phone, the streetlights are off, and the lights in the houses in Marami are gone too. The only light that's left is...
Red fog?
Can't keep my voice from trembling. Something weird's going on. So why isn't anyone coming out of their houses? I sit so quiet. It seems almost like the town's deserted. Actually, like the TV world.
There's no way that would happen. What was I thinking?
God damn it, Aaron, that line read was adorable. Jesus Christ. My laugh gets sucked into the fog covering the area, like the fog ate it up and weakly disappears. With a sense of dread creeping down my spine, I look towards the hill where Yasogami High is and see something even more unbelievable.
Wait a sec, what's that?
Yasogami High should be down that familiar road, But what's actually there is a gigantic, awful-looking tower. Something terrible is happening right now. Almost on instinct, I start running in that direction. It turns out that this weird red fog wasn't the only thing off about the town. I'm in good enough shape that I shouldn't have been able to reach the hill up to Yasugami. I'm in good enough shape that I should have been able to reach the hill up to Yasugami High in no time. But for some reason, I can't get there at all. At first I wondered if I had taken the wrong road in this red fog, but no. It's like the entire time was turned into a maze. And even then, and even though I've been running all over town, I haven't seen a single person outside. Seriously, what is going on here? Feeling that I'll get overwhelmed with anxiety as soon as I stop running, I keep going through the desolate streets. And she makes it all the way to Yasugami, even though she ran forever.
No way! What is this? What's going on?
As I make a mad dash pushing through the red fog, I finally reach the Yasugami High entrance. But once I'm there, I can only stand there in a daze.
Isn't this where the P1 Grand Prix took place? Why is the TV world showing up in reality?
From the stupid posters introducing the participants to the tacky decorations, every single last detail is the same as when my friends and I fought to save Labris. Would have been thrown into the TV world. No, not exactly the same. There's one thing that's different. This time there's a bizarre giant tower looming over the school, like it pierced through the place. You're not gonna mention about the green ooze from the walls? Seriously? That wasn't there before.
I gotta tell the others!
I quickly take out my phone, but the screen's still black. Oh yeah.
Is someone there? Chie? Is that you, Chie? Yukiko! Oh, thank goodness. My cell isn't working, so I didn't know what to do. I see. I'm glad to hear that. You're probably the best on my list, after all. Huh?
My instinct tells me to be on guard. I've always been close to Yukiko, and always will be, but I know she doesn't talk like this. Plus, Yukiko said she'd been busy with a huge group of guests tonight.
You're not Yukiko! Who are you?
You don't have to worry. I was never intending to deceive you. I need you to die for me fair and square.
Why did they use Alice's reference? I need you to die for me, or die for me, whatever it
Wait a
was.
sec! Who are you?
Why? You see, I'm your enemy. I was made to kill you and your friends.
Maid?
Hi, Teddy.
This sounds like a good time for me, General Teddy, to explain what's going on.
General Teddy? Why are you here? I mean, you were Labris's...
Blah, blah, so nitpicky. With that level of nagging, I worry that you're already turning into an old maid, Chie-chan.
Fuck you.
What?
Look, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's not Yuki-chan. It's a total fake that I made, so there's no need to worry at all. You can pulverize her to your heart's content.
You little... There's no need to worry at all. You took the time to make it look like Yukiko, so don't give me that crap!
Oh, really? Then hurry up and die.
Persona!
Right then, I dive sideways like an action hero. That fire that Yukiko, or her fake? Anyway, that fire dances just where I was standing just a second ago. No way. Does that
She
mean...
can use a persona? Huh? How?
You can use yours too, Chie. Didn't I tell you?
I can? How? I mean, this is the real world.
Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to tell you. This is the P1 Climax, so I want to do these matches fair and square, as equals. Which is why I've made your world the same as the one in the TV!
The same? What do you think you're doing? And what's this P1 Climax thing?
Ah, so many questions. That's just how things are. So hurry up and give us a nice heated battle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the gong hadn't sounded yet. Well then, let's start this properly. Bring on the ring!
The fake Yukiko raises her hand to the sky. It seems like that was a signal because 4 red pillars come falling down from the sky and slam into the ground surrounding her and me. Whoa, these are just like the ring posts in martial arts matches.
I'm not in the mood to drag this out, so I'll just give a short rundown. The rules are simple. Win and you get to move on. Lose and you're stuck here. By the way, the stupid Kirijo people are captive in the big tower right in front of you, Chie-chan. But never mind that. If you and your friends don't win before time's up, the world ends. Do you get it?
What? The world ends? Hold up a second. What are you talking about?
It's all up to what you do from here.
You understand the situation now, right? Then, shall we begin?
How could I understand the situation? But our town is a mess, and if it's left like this, there might not be any going back. My town, my school, all the things I want to protect. I make up my mind to take a firm stance.
Yeah, I get it now. I get that you're the enemy, and that this is just more of the P1 Grand Prix.
Amazing, Chie! It's almost like you're actually a smart girl.
Okay, she is not the brightest knife in the crayon box, but she's not that dumb. Okay? She's better than Kanji, for sure. Arguably, if I had to compare it to P5, probably be smarter than Ryuji. You know, in technicality. The only reason I can say that she's technically smarter also than Haru is only because I think Haru's more sheltered than Chie is, but that's completely different.
Well, sorry for my lack of brains. Jeez, this is harder to do when I'm up against Yukiko, but I won't hold back.
I take a deep breath and close my eyes. Doesn't matter if it's the TV world or reality. The quiet darkness is there. The quiet darkness there is the same. I take another breath and face myself once more. Yeah, we must have hit a trigger that gets us a lot of fights more recently.
Finally! Fight!
Where are you looking? I'll get rid of you to a very
I didn't burst. That's good. As per usual, I had none to grab.
All right, it's over. Time to leave.
Alright. Face. Like, the scream already kind of made me a little bit unnerved. But that face is probably even worse. Holy shit. As if signaling the end of the fierce battle, the crunching sound echoes through the arena and the red pillars shatter. Nani? Aha. What looks like specks of light come out of the fake Yukiko as it melts away without a trace. All I can do is watch stunned as the lights flutter up into the sky, swirling higher towards that bizarre tower.
Chie!
Are you alright, Chie?
Suddenly, familiar voices come from behind me. I turn around and see 2 figures I know very well running towards me in the red fog.
Yukon and Yosuke? Oh, no you don't!
I reflexively take a fighting stance when I see them rushing towards me. I mean, you can never really tell if they're real or not.
Whoa, hold it, calm down!
We're the real ones. I'm glad you're safe, Chie.
Yukon.
His voice carries that unwavering trust. Yep, this one's no fake. It's the real Yukon.
Yeah, you sure seem like the real deal, Yukon.
I love how she's known Yosuke for much longer than Narukami, yet she can figure out who's the real Narukami in a second, but not Yosuke.
What about me? I mean, we've already dealt with our fakes.
Huh? So you guys ran into them too?
Yeah, we've defeated the fake Yosuke and myself. Was that a fake Yukiko?
Seemed that way.
So that was the scream
Actually,
that they had heard.
what's going on? Is this really the real world?
Looks like it. Even though shadows are running around and we can use our personas.
But that might as well be in the TV. What in the world's going on?
Calm down, will ya? We don't know anything either.
The Midnight Channel came on and General Teddy suddenly declared war on us. Afterwards, the town got swallowed up in that red fog.
The Midnight Channel? Then is what happened with Labrys really not over?
Oh boy. Just from the title. I just want to see what the title of the video was. I'll go back to it later though. Yosuke and Yosuke and Yukun exchange a glance after my surprised reaction. Was it something I said?
Don't tell me. Did you not see the Midnight Channel? Seriously? I can't believe this. It came up so many times. Why didn't you check?
No one said specifically to watch for it. All this happened suddenly while I was out walking Muku. So I don't know what's going on either.
Fine. Anyway, the town's in serious danger right now.
That's
That
cute.
reminds me. General Teddy said something earlier about the world ending.
Right. General Teddy says that if we don't win this tournament within the hour, the world will end. Apparently, he's holding Mitsuru-san and her friends captive in that tower.
What? He is?
I look up again at the creepy tower looming behind me. That General Teddy talked a lot about the things that doing things fair and square, but he's taken hostages and messed up our town. What choice do we have but to fight?
Actually, I just noticed. Where's Yukiko? And is Kanji-kun okay?
Teddy's headed over to Yukiko, and I doubt Kanji will go down that easily. We don't have any time right now. Let's leave those two to the others. We need to go rescue Mitsuru-san's group at once.
What should I do? What do I need to do? I understand what Yukun is saying, but I get that situation is, and I get that the situation is bad, but I'm so worried about Yukiko, and I can't make up my mind.
Chie, believe in your friends.
He's right. If I go off selfishly looking for Yukiko, the world could be even more danger. And Yukiko and Kanji-kun are both good friends who have fought alongside me this long. They're not so weak as that to fit. They're not so weak that some fake Teddy could take them down. I'll do what I have to. I make sure I look back into Yukun's kind eyes before nodding heartily.
Let's go, Yukun!
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna believe in your friends and be the winners of the P1 Climax, is that right? Playing friends here? That's frickin' lame.
Well, hello?
My name's Sho Minazuki, and you guys are in my world now. Come on, no need to get all nervous. I came all this way to say hello.
Suddenly, the eyes of this show guy gleam red. I have no idea what's happening.
What is this?
Even though we were standing a little ways away from him, the three of us suddenly got glued to where we stand by some immense pressure. Like we're suddenly at the bottom of an ocean.
My legs! I can't move!
Not like we're being pressed toward the ground. It's just like an intense pressure, pushing in on us from all directions. I've never felt anything like it before, but it's making every bone in my body creak, like they could snap at any moment.
You look like you're in pain. The look on your faces is just epic. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Man, this power's useful. Oh right. Good evening. I'm Sho Minazuki, the culprit behind these shenanigans.
You are?
That's right. I'm the one that invited you here, and I'm showing myself right now. Now that I've shown you the way here, it's time for a showdown with Sho. Get it?
I wonder what the pun was in Japanese, if there was one.
What's the matter? Laugh! Wasn't it funny? I guess I'll dismantle one of them. I doubt that'll matter much.
What? What's with this guy? He's definitely not normal. He was just laughing like an idiot a moment ago, but all of a sudden he's thrusting his sword at Yosuke's neck. This is bad. If I could at least get my legs to move, I could kick away that sword before it hits Yosuke. Is this guy really the culprit we're after?
Oh, come on, why right now?
Suddenly, this show guy closes his eyes and acts like he's talking to someone. No way. A Persona-con? Could he have someone on his side with powers like Risa-chan's? And Sho finishes talking to whoever it is. After Sho finishes talking to whoever it is, he turns towards us and laughs like everything's normal.
Sorry, we got more guests of honor. You guys are just the ginger on the side of the sushi, so all you get to do is look for your friends in the tower. But we have plenty of fun in store for the investigation team. You'll sure look forward to it.
That was forced on such a high degree. What? Another joke? The way he acts definitely isn't normal, and the way he moves is almost inhuman. That show guy slips past us while we're still paralyzed, and then melts into the red fog as quickly as he came. It's only once he's completely disappeared that we're finally released from the pressure and gasping for breath.
Damn it! What's with that guy? Is he really the culprit?
We have to hurry and go after him! He's way too dangerous to leave him be!
No. Teddy, Yukiko, and Kanji are still in town. If Teddy's nose is working, they may have met up already.
So we're gonna leave that guy to just Teddy and Kanji? I mean, Naoto and Rise might find their way here, but...
No, that show guy said they have more guests of honor now. At the very least, he's not after us for the time being.
Oh...
Wait, but what's that supposed to mean? Who are these guests of honor?
When we watched the Midnight Channel, Labris wasn't one of the captives it showed. The Shadow Operatives are Mitsuru-san's team. But no one said the ones we met are the only members. If their leader is in danger, it's only natural they'd send a rescue squad.
Oh, right!
Also, after the thing with Labris, Mitsuru-san mentioned something about maybe having some idea who the culprit might have been. If that culprit is the show we met, it wouldn't be strange if he already knew Mitsuru-san and her team from before he met us.
So, the guests of honor he mentioned could be the other Shadow Operatives, come to rescue Mitsuru-san's group.
That's right. Sho is underestimating us. If Yukiko and the others meet up with the Shadow Operative backup, they won't lose easily, not even to Sho.
Wow, you really are smart.
Alright, if that's the case, we should get up this tower quick and rescue Mitsuru-san's group while he's not around.
Oh, Sho, only because I'm not sure if you were here when I was going over it, but I feel like Yosuke is at least on par with Akechi as far as smarts is concerned, and that's at worst. At best, he's smarter than.
Yeah.
Because he's actually more clever sometimes than Akechi ends up being. Yukun and Yosuke run ahead just like usual. Yeah, this is a familiar scene. Even that scary looking tower doesn't seem so bad. Now that my friends are here with me. There's nothing to worry about. Yukiko, Teddy, Kanji-kun, Rise-chan, even Naoto-kun. No matter what separates us, we're sure we're all connected. That's what lets me go on. Maybe it's silly to think that way at a time like this, but it cheers me up a little. I follow behind the other two as fast as I can. To be continued? Oh, nope, we got in. It's good that we got into that school, but just as I thought, it's nothing like the Yasogami High I remember. It's more of a distorted than the TV world version of the school we saw when we saved Labris. And with the red fog creeping in, it's 3 times as serious as the last time. I walk in nervously, like I'm hiding behind Yukun and Yosuke. This is so humiliating.
It's the same here as in town. The layout of the classrooms is all out of whack.
I wonder how long this hallway goes on for. We keep passing by the same rooms.
That reminds me. I remember a story like that. Something about the 7 mysteries of the school and a hallway that loops endlessly.
That does sound familiar, but I don't think it was from Persona 4, was it? Was that from Persona 2? Or was that from some other anime? And it's just like usual Japanese, you know, ghost stories type thing.
Hey, cut it out!
Yosuke starts talking about stuff he doesn't need to. He knows I hate all that stuff. Telling a ghost story like here is like adding more sauce to an already overflowing meat people. I know he's getting around to cheer me up, but honestly, it's not doing much for my mood. That aside, the tower on top of the school seems pretty huge. We need to get up there, but I can tell it's gonna be tough going if we have to wander back and forth through these hallways like this. Not only that, those fakes will probably attack us again too.
So, do you think that show guy really is the culprit?
Who knows? It's pretty suspicious that he's taking credit for all this, if you ask me. But then
You?
again, he didn't seem like an ordinary guy. When his eyes gleamed red,
I didn't play enough
he lost
of you to
control
get to
over
that,
my
did I?
muscles. Like he commanded them, don't move.
If that was a type of hypnosis, it's pretty powerful. If Sho is the culprit, he could have controlled
That might
those
be what I go
hijackers
back
the
to as
same
far as
way.
Persona goes, a little bit when we get back to Persona. I know that Trex wanted me to go into P4 again, which might have been an interesting little tidbit, but assuming that no other game comes out that I have pre-ordered, hint to System Shock, because it seems to have a more certain release date of the end of March, but I might go back to Persona Q, because I know I started that too, and I never finished it, because it was too much like SMT at the time that I didn't like it too much, but I've been delving deep into Strange Journey, so I'm hoping that I'm more used to it by this point. You can mention that about that back at the food court. Oh, the previous day. I was like, you weren't there at the food court. What are you talking about? Okay. According to him, there was a hijacking to cover up Labrys's kidnapping, and the hijackers had no memory at all about what happened. It's true that when those red eyes stared at us, I felt a peculiar sense of intimidation that chilled me to the bone. It was like an incredible sense of power that I couldn't believe it came from a person like us. As we remembered things and talked them over, we start to sort out the details about that show guy. He had red hair, a big scar on his face, 2 swords. Wait, was there something else I noticed?
Hey, wasn't he wearing our school's uniform?
Huh? Oh, now that you mention it, it did kind of look like it.
I'm sure of it. I've never seen a school uniform like that besides ours.
Then does that mean Sho goes to Yasugami?
What? You're serious? Is it possible for us to not know about a guy who sticks out that much?
I mean, just to point out, Labrys was also dressed up in a uniform from Yasugami. He never went to Yasugami, so your logic, while relatively sound, is not sound enough.
I did think from last time that the culprit would be someone with ties to Mitsuru-san. I still can't shake that theory.
Oh, maybe he transferred here. Or it could be his older brother's uniform.
Dude, don't go drawing up the culprit's whole family tree just on a hunch. I bet he's just a ghost or something like that. Maybe he has a grudge against our school?
Yosuke, shut up! The moment I try to raise a protest about Yosuke swerving the conversation back to a ghost story, he senses a presence of some kind up ahead, covered in the red fog. Yukun grips his sword at his side.
What is it?
Be on guard. Don't leave my side.
Now we got the to be continued. Joe X Potato Minazuki. I mean...
You're kidding me.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Are you serious?
Adachi-san.
It makes sense how he could get out. If only just because, you know, he is a Persona user. And only Persona users can move around in this fog. So he probably slipped out. But it's still like, what the fuck? Alright, I guess we gotta go over to Yukiko. But no one else showed up. My cell phone remains unresponsive, and the shopping district is still enveloped in the red fog. What General Teddy said on the Midnight Channel is true. On a hunch that this is a continuation from last time, I dashed out of the inn and ran into the shopping district, but what I saw there were two Kanji-kun. I dropped my gaze and sigh before looking back at the two Kanji-kun, who seemed to be having a silent stare down. Looks could kill.
Hey, Kanji-kun.
What's up, Yukiko-senpai? What's up, Yukiko-senpai?
You want to know, I hear Matt Mercer in this. I know that Matt took over. I'm very much aware that Matt took over voicing Kanji. But I hear it very clearly in that What's Up Yukiko Senpai for some reason. I hear Matt. I can't help but sigh again as the two Kanji-kuns respond in stereo. Obviously, limitation of the freaking game engine that they can only have one voice thing coming at once. I think one of them is a fake, but they act so much in unison that I can't tell them apart. What's this sort of thing called again? Synchronized swimming?
Look, you bastard, don't go bothering Yukiko-senpai. What? You're the one bothering her, you imposter? What was that? I'm the real one! Bullshit! You don't look anything like me, damn it!
Dude, Kanji-kun starts squabbling. Kanji-kun is the same in any situation. Actually, these two look like they are getting along pretty well. I'm starting to think I could just leave them here.
Little? Then try this, goddammit! Tell me exactly how old I was when I last wet the bed.
Oh, it was when you were in 2nd grade, right?
Why did Yukiko know that?
Why do you know that? Why do you know that?
Your mother told me once. Sorry, I don't have any more time to waste. Oh, I know. What if we say the one who can summon his persona is the real one?
Except that we already know that that wouldn't be true because they both could summon the persona, which sounds a little weird, but whatever.
That's impossible. It's not like we're inside the TV right now. Ha! You're giving up before even trying? You dare call yourself the real me? When you put your guts into it, summoning a persona is no big deal at all. Persona!
Oh, it worked.
I love her.
Seriously? How's that, Yukiko-senpai? Now you know I'm the real one. Oh, no you don't, you bastard! If you could do it, so can I! Come on out! Persona!
God, I love Kanji. He's so dumb.
That actually worked!
Honestly, of the two dumb characters, right, of each of the teams, between 4 and 5 in this case, yeah, I'm basically comparing Ryuji and Kanji, which is sensible to do between the fact that neither of them are very bright, but also they're both, Yankee analogs. Technically, Kanji looks more like a Yankee than Ryuji does, but either way, I have much more fun with Kanji's stupidity than freaking. Maybe because again, different situation. We weren't really trying to hide what we were doing. I mean, like, not like we were trying to make it known. We weren't trying to hide. So anything that he did didn't really make any difference. Whereas Ryuji, whenever he was trying to be all boastful, when I was like, dude, we're trying to keep this under wraps. Shut up.
Hey, what are you copying me for, damn it? What? You're the one copying me!
And we're back to square one. But if Kanji-kun managed to summon his persona, does that mean I can use mine? Would just defeating both of them solve the problem? That sounds like a great idea. Oh my god, Yukiko. I forgot that she's dumb too. Like, the only smart ones are basically Narukami, Naoto, and Yosuke to a degree. Everybody else is layers of stupid. Just depends on what topics.
Yuki-chan!
When I look towards the fog where that familiar voice comes from, a familiar-looking round shadow is approaching me. Could that be Shadow?
Persona!
At least it's a good chest. Subject.
Why? How cruel! I'm your precious teddy bear!
No, you're not.
Wait, Teddy?
He seems exhausted, but this is indeed Teddy. Though I can't tell if he's the real one or not.
Yuki-chan, you You weren't thinking I might be an imposter, were you?
Well, maybe a little.
So mean! Just take a look at my fur! It's apparent that I'm the real Teddy!
Teddy goes from staggering around to leaping at me with open arm. I swiftly move out of the way. Second time that's happened today. Teddy ends up embracing the ground with an odd groan. I wonder if I was a bit mean.
So cruel!
I mean, I can't tell if you're the real one or not.
But I keep telling you I am! I just beat the fake me a minute ago!
I want to believe you, but I'm already having a hard time telling which of these two is which.
You just need to use the power of love to tell them apart.
Shut up, Teddy.
Huh? You can tell the difference?
Of course I can! My love for you would never, ever be fooled by a fake!
Then can I leave this to you?
Huh? Leave what to me?
Ted, perfect timing. You know I'm the real one, right?
Ah! A double serving of kanji? So these were the two things I was sensing near Yuki-chan.
That's why I'll leave it to your love to tell them apart.
Impossible! I'm completely, totally vetoing this idea! I mean, there's no love involved!
The hell did you just say? You should be able to at least tell the difference, damn it!
Ah! Both of those sound like things Kanji would say!
How about you use your friggin' nose?
But that's the limit of your love for Kanji-kun.
Can we just say that they're both fake?
That's what it comes down to in the end, right?
What? Why are you listening to him?
Would that be bad?
Of course it would. Assuming that from the start is pretty messed up.
Oh, I know. Could you use your nose to figure this out, Teddy?
I wish I could, but this red fog is getting in the way. My nose is no use right now.
Wait,
Why is this
that mean
kanji
we're
trying to
after
fake
all?
being the real kanji, whereas the other shadows have not tried to fake anything as of yet? It's kind of weird.
Not at all! There's a good, complicated reason for it!
Hey, Ted, just do something and tell us apart, damn it! Yeah, you moron! I'm disappointed in you!
Two kanjis are worse than one. Okay, Teddy, stay still, concentrate, and... Achoo! Oh, whoops! My nose got stuffed up.
What?
Even Teddy couldn't tell them apart? We'll never make any progress at this rate. What else could we try?
Jeez, what a useless bear! You say that, but I bet you're actually pretty relieved. What did you say? You're the one breathing easier, asshole! What was that? I'll take your punk ass down!
As they continue their endless squabbling, I think desperately for a plan. As soon as I get an idea, I whisper to Teddy, this might work.
Ooh, good idea,
Oh, thanks for the
Yuki-chan.
follow there.
Well then, let's bring
Love Stick
it on.
Lullaby. Thank you.
People of Inaba, welcome! It's time for Who's the Best Inaba Resident?
What?
Huh?
On
What
TV?
the?
What the what? Where did they get the
Question
stinger?
number 1. How many stories is Yasogami High School's classroom building?
We're really doing this? It's 3 stories. You bastard! It was my turn to answer!
Correct! Now on to question number 2. Every day is Customer Appreciation Day at the supermarket Junes. How many stories does it have?
2 stories!
Correct! Now for question number 3. From Shiroku's store, how
Bing
many
bong, bing
buildings
bong.
away is the Moel gas station?
It's 4 buildings.
Correct! Number 4. Take the sum of the numbers in the answer so far, multiply by 8, and divide that by 3. What do you get?
Huh? Wait, what does that have to do with being an Inaba resident? Too easy. It's 24.
Baker, we got him. Good job, Yukiko.
Again! And...
You're the culprit!
Yeti! I love that. Oh, I should actually go play Phoenix Wright. I've been wanting to do that again. Teddy and I simultaneously point to the Kanji-kun who answered correctly with a flourish. Thank goodness. Surprising as it seems, the plan worked. I really didn't think it would be this easy.
What? How do you figure? I was right. You take 3 plus 2 plus 4, multiply that by 8, and divide by 3, and that's 24.
You don't get it. There's no way Kanji could do math like that. Heck, he can hardly do basic arithmetic.
Did we ever establish? I mean, like, he is airheaded and not very bright. But did we ever establish how bad he is at schoolwork? I don't remember. Since he's in first year and we were second year, we weren't in the same class. I know that Yosuke and Chie were not as good as basically Narukami and Yukiko at the schoolwork stuff at the very least.
Therefore, you're the fake!
So he was even dumber than I imagined. He's so stupid that I ended up playing around.
I mean, he did for a while, I suppose. You wouldn't be wrong about that. Not wrong to think about that at all.
Huh? You picking a fight with me?
I'm sorry for treating you like an idiot, Kanji-kun. But it was all I could come up with, and the plan did confirm you're the real one, so...
I'm glad we figured it out, real Kanji-kun.
Yeah, but come on. What kind of way was that to tell us apart?
Don't worry, no one would be shocked at this point.
Oh, God, Yukiko just doesn't have... To use the Japanese, Yukiko Kuki Yomanai, she can't read the air, basically, is what it is.
You making fun of me or trying to cheer me up? How long are you gonna keep this up, damn it? Just because my cover's been blown doesn't mean that's the end. It's time for the real reason I'm here. All right, bring on the ring!
As soon as the fake Kanji-kun cries out, the 4 pillars fall around us. They slam into the ground with a heavy sound and give us dull light, like a signal in this fog-covered town. At the same time, the fake Kanji-kun who called on the pillars suddenly starts gyrating for some reason. The way he's talking now. Is that?
Ah! This again? Kanji seems dangerous.
Now let's get this full-on muscle-on-muscle battle going! I can't wait to get you in a hold. This bastard again. A full-on battle, huh? Fine, you're on!
That didn't make them any less overblown. Can't we just leave these two here?
Yuki-chan, your inner thoughts are leaking out.
Oh? I'm totally okay with me, you know. You could just stay here, but you can't go on unless you've beaten me raw.
Phrasing.
Won't that be trouble for you?
Phrasing.
Is that true, Teddy?
It seems like it. When those red pillars glow, it makes these invisible walls, just like the last P1 Grand Prix.
I actually haven't played Ultimax for the most part. I played Arena a while ago. And the closest to Ultimax I've played consistently was actually Cross Tag Battle, which I'm very much aware is a completely separate type of mechanics. That's why I'm playing through the story for the first time here. But if I had to choose based upon my performance last night playing 3 different characters in arcade, it would probably be Chie at this point. But then again, I was very comfortable with Chie over in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle to begin with, so. But then again, I also was kind of comfortable with Yosuke, but playing him here was a little funky.
That's right! Until someone takes me to heaven, none of you are going anywhere.
I'll do it then. I need a refresher.
Phrasing? Question mark?
Whoa, hold it! That's
I
my
wouldn't doubt it.
shadow. I can deal with my own crap.
I just know that for me, I'm not a big zoner, and I know that Teddy does a lot of zoning. I tend to be more rushdown in all the fighting games I've ever played before.
I'm gonna pass! It's too early for me to step into that world!
Yeah, you keep trying to step into that world whenever you talk to Chie or Yukiko, so guess what? Choose your poison.
Huh? Damn it, Teddy, I told you that's not how I am!
Jeez. Well then, let's decide.
Why would Teddy even try and... Although I did actually have a good run with Ted. No, it wasn't Teddy, it was Marie. Marie I was playing with last night. Because the 3 I played with last night in specific, in arcade, were because I was comfortable, Chie. I tried a little bit with Aegis, but I was a little... Not frustrated, but I didn't end up very well. I didn't look up anything, to be fair, so I was just kind of mashing buttons. Almost like quite literally. And then I took Marie pretty far. I think I got all the way to the end against... who was it? Elizabeth. think I'll play it with Yukiko. Just because I don't want to do kanji at the moment. And I've already played a little bit with Teddy. Although I did have a pretty good round with Teddy against the Shadow Teddy earlier. But then again, this stuff is not on, you know, anything very difficult. Oh god, this music, okay. It's coming? That grapple stuff. I ain't no good at that. That's kind of why I didn't want to play as Kanji right this second.
You did it! We won!
Nice pressure.
So good.
Tao Kaka for me is more rushdown than gimmicky. Last I played as Tao Kaka more seriously. Oh no, wait. I think I'd probably just use her rushdown mechanics versus some of the other things that were available there. My mind, who would be a more... Oh, I know. To me, the gimmicky character, quotation marks, from Blaze Blue in my mind is Platinum. Platinum the Trinity. More than Tao Kaka. That's why I was kind of like, what? Tao Kaka? Gimmicky? What? I mean, like, she can be. I don't disagree. And probably, it's been a while since I played Blaze Blue seriously, so... And I barely ever played fighting games seriously. It actually took show to get me into this stuff.
Cause it's too late now. You've totally fallen for our plan.
And then he melts into nothing. Fair. That's what I was starting to remember, because I was remembering that she would do things with having her arm come up and then things falling out. So yeah, she does have some gimmicky, but I think I tended to use her more as a rushdown. Because she was my, if I had to say I was maining anybody back in the first Blaze Blue, it would have been Tao Kaka. Not that I was playing very seriously, mind. But definitely I shifted off of her onto... Like, when I played Central Fiction last. Yes, that show. But I figured that the history was still sitting there show. That's why I figured I didn't clarify that. Now I remember. Naoto Kurogane. And I think the most difficult character, just because she is still somewhat of a rushdown in Blaze Blue that I picked up, was Bullet. But again, I like Rushdown. And yeah, fighting against, say, like 9 was like a pain. Oh my god. But then again, I was getting into fighting games. I'd liked fighting games for years, but because I used to play on a pad, I would use the D-pad in specific to do the things and get blisters all the time. So finally convinced me to buy a fight stick in particular, and I've been getting better ever since, because now I don't have to worry about that stuff, and I just use the stick itself. Anyway, let's get back to the story. But please, continue to chat. I'll still respond between the story bits. When the fake kanji words ended, a cracking sound echoes and the red pillars shatter. Yeah, I realized that far too late into my cycle learning Bullet, especially with the heat gauge and the fact that she has command grabs, essentially, which I didn't think that she did, because she looked more like a beat-em-up rushdown character, but that's not what she is, at least not 100%. Obviously, she has her beat-em-up moment, or excuse me, rushdown moments, but it's not the same. I think that's why I swapped off from her to Naoto a little bit later, because he's more of that rush down, come in, punch real quick. It's why in cross tag battle in specific, my main for the longest time was Chie Yang. And then when Naoto came in, I swapped out Chie for Naoto. Although I think I used Yosuke and Akihiko for a bit as well. Does anybody else, do you remember, show that I used with Yang was my main, but I kept swapping the partner character. But is there anybody else that you remember that I used, show? I think those were the main ones that I did. Blaze Blue, I don't feel. I mean, maybe they have slightly. You still. I do agree. You have very little mirror matching in there. Like, let's say. But I feel like everybody in Blaze Blue has their counterparts. Much like how, if you. Just to compare to a different fighting game, in Street Fighter, yeah, Ken, Akuma, and Ryu are all very similar playing characters, but they're different enough to feel like they're different. And I feel like there's some characters in Blaze Blue that are like that, where they're similar, but they're not exactly the same. Like the two puppeteer characters, 3 actually, if you technically count what's her face? Because I'm remembering Carl and his dad, and then obviously the third, I'm forgetting her name right now, but I see her face. But you're right that everybody's got, their own expertises. And even then, for sure, like you wouldn't fight Carl the same way you would fight his dad, because they have Celica was the third one, yeah. There's another good example then. Now that I have the name, Celica, you wouldn't fight the same way you would fight Carl or Carl's dad at all. Just because they play that differently. It's not far and away differently like Bullet and Carl, but it's different enough that you're like, I wouldn't play that same match. As the red fog suddenly thickens, the fake Kanji-kun begins to melt like chocolate put over a flame.
Whoa, what the hell?
No way! Kanji-kun melted!
Yukiko-senpai, that's the fake.
We watch in surprise as the fake Kanji-kun completely melts. And then what looks like a golden powder comes flying out of the puddle. Powder shimmers a bit before it mixes with the fog and vanishes into the sky.
Wait, does this mean that wasn't my shadow? I seriously thought that part of me was coming back for more.
Oh, nope. General Teddy made that fake by kneading up a chunk of a shadow.
What do you want, little girl?
Seriously? Then all we had to do from the start was beat the crap out of it.
That's not my fault. You two were the ones getting all up in each other's faces.
Hey, Teddy. Could
Time
that
for
General
doggy?
Teddy be the culprit after all? Wouldn't that make him the one behind Labrys's problems too?
Oh, Popper's coming.
But if
Oopsie.
he can do this to our town, then he's not an ordinary person.
Backlog. So, hey Teddy, could General Teddy be the culprit after all? Wouldn't that make him the one behind Labyrinth's problem too? I really don't know about that. Who knows about General Teddy anyway? All I know is that he's an imposter of mine. If you don't know, then there's no way we'd know. Do this yet.
You got that right. Didn't they say he brainwashed the hijackers when Labrys got kidnapped?
Indeed. For example, even if the culprit happens to be a Persona user like us, covering the whole town in red fog and creating fakes of us from shadows is beyond what normal people can do. Shadows, I'm sure there must be something bigger lurking behind this case.
That's not all. There's one other thing I noticed. It happened to me too, but when Yuki-chan and Kanji were fighting the fakes, tons of these shiny things were flying out.
What do you mean, shiny things?
Oh, I think I know. That's what we saw when the fake Kanji-kun was melting too, right?
Yep, you got it. That stuff never used to come out when we fought. What could it be?
Good question. Also, how should I put this? It seems like fighting in this fog is tiring everyone out faster than usual.
Huh? Yeah, now that you mention it. It's like when we would go into the TV world without Teddy's glasses.
I mean, technicality, you should be wearing your glasses, I suppose, considering that they're merging the two worlds. Wait, little girl, you're slipping off me.
Huh? That reminds me, we haven't tested out the glasses. If you need them, I have some right here.
No, that's okay. It's true that I can't see very far, but I can still see where I'm going.
Yeah, but that might not be the problem,
The exhaustion
Yukiko.
comes more when the fighting ends, not during the battle.
So,
Okay, that's
what does
right.
that mean? When those shiny things come out after a fight, we get really tired?
Jeez, you really are stupid, aren't you, Kanji? The shiny things and getting tired are two separate things.
So what then? This is all because you suck at explaining shit.
I mean, hey, there's points for Mona. Mona actually can explain a lot better than freaking Teddy can about this stuff. Teddy and Kanji-kun begin their usual squabbling. They're really good at friends, aren't they? But something Kanji-kun said catches my attention and I start to conjecture a few things. Kanji-kun and conjecturing. No, now's not the time for this.
Hold on a second. Sorry. What did you just...
I miss Yukiko's laugh.
Yukiko-senpai?
Has Yuki-chan lost it?
You're right. Sorry. This is nothing.
So sweet. Adorable. No, hang in there. Hang in there, me. Can't crack up now. Take a deep breath before looking back to Teddy and Kanji-kun.
I was thinking that Kanji-kun might have been right just now.
Huh? What'd I say?
I know, I remember. He said that when the shiny things come out, you get tired.
Right. I thought that actually could be the case.
Huh? I don't really get it. What do you mean?
Well, could it be that that's what the culprit is really after? He's making us fight, getting those shiny things to come out and...
No! You totally had us going, Yuki-chan.
So, you didn't figure out the important part? Is his goal just to make us tired?
I don't know.
What could this all mean? I wish I could concentrate and think, but this fog is just so...
Ah, gross, Ted!
Sorry. It's just that this red fog keeps violently irritating my nose. Oh!
Huh? What is it?
I did notice something about those shiny thingies.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Those shiny thingies have all been flying towards Sensei in your school on the hill. When I fought General Teddy earlier, he told me to head to the school, too. Something smells fishy about that place.
So what's the deal? If you knew something, why didn't you spit it out before?
Well, let's go there. If the others noticed it too, I'm sure they're on their way already. Teddy, can you lead the way?
Leave it to me. You two, follow me.
As Teddy leads the way, he gives an especially loud sneeze. Should we really be following him? But we have to trust him for now. He did find Kanji-kun and me, after all. I let Teddy take the lead, sneezing like a foghorn all the way, as we all run together towards Yasogami High. Time to get on. Nice job. Now my pants are all full of your hair. Look at that. Naoto! And reset. Let's do reset. A, we're already on top of her icon, and then secondarily, she wasn't in the last game at all. So and she wasn't in cross tag battle either. So I haven't been able to fight her at all. So thank you. So let's do it.
What is this? What's happened here?
What I saw when I finally reached Yasuinaba Station was an eerily distorted building in a town that had turned into a maze. I kept walking for a while and eventually made it to the floodplain, but I didn't see any people around at all. And that feeling I've had ever since the train stopped so suddenly. But by the time I reached Inaba, that suspicion has changed into certainty.
It's exactly like the TV world. But if that's true, then...
I don't know what's going on, but if this is the same as the TV world, then there's something I can do. I concentrate hard and speak to the presence sleeping inside me. The way I've gotten so used to doing.
Persona! I knew it! I can use my persona. I don't know what's going on, but I might be able to find everyone.
Ow. I concentrate once again and search for presences. My senses are slowly sharpened. At first, I can only feel out what's near me, but then it extends further and further out. Eventually, my senses spread all across the town, like I'm reaching my arms out wide. The readings I get are all faint and hazy, probably because of the red fog everywhere, but I pick up on very familiar senses. But it doesn't seem like my attempts to reach them are working.
I'm really no use after all.
Even though we have the same type of power, I wonder if things would be different if Fuka-san was doing this. Just the other day, Fuka-san saved everyone from a bad situation, from much further away than I could manage. If she were here, she could probably support her companions even through this
I
fog.
don't have the power to fight. I can't even give proper backup. I'm no good to anyone.
Concentration breaks, and what readings I had slip into the fog. Just as I'm about to fall to my knees in despair, a strong reading I can sense even without focusing appears in the sky.
Huh? What?
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Elizabeth!
I haven't seen Elizabeth since P3. Holy shit! And I didn't do her social link, so holy moly, this is gonna be a trip. Down from the sky with a loud declaration comes a woman in blue. The lady descends lightly and gazes at the dumbstruck look on my face with a slightly cocked head.
Please excuse my raucous entrance. If I recall correctly, you are everyone's Rosette, the announcer of the P1 Grand Prix, no?
Huh? That wasn't really me. Wait, who are you?
You know, I remember those blue clothes from the P1 Grand Prix. She's the one with the tremendous power that General Teddy was mad at, calling her an intruder. I don't think she's an enemy. Granted, I have no idea who she is.
Oh, pardon me. I am Elizabeth, the wandering elevator attendant who has presently totally abandoned her duties.
You know what? She's right. I don't think... Has anybody else left the Velvet Room other than Elizabeth? I mean, not at this point, yeah, no one else has. But considering that now I'm remembering in my head that, what's her face? Margaret's on the list of combatants. I assume that she becomes another one.
I once presided over a certain power in a certain room, but for opaque reasons I am currently on a wandering journey.
You presided over power? Okay.
Don't worry, Narukami would get it.
Greatestly, exactly.
It feels odd to bring this up, but it was okay for you to abandon your duties?
Oh? Can you explain the question?
I guess I kind of abandoned my duties once too. I ran away from where I was, but now that I'm trying to make a comeback, it's been really tough. This news of a comeback concert isn't grabbing me either.
A concert, you say? I know of such things. It is a mysterious ritual that only chosen ones can perform.
I feel like Makoto should have spent a little bit more time explaining shit to Elizabeth, because holy crap. She is just lost.
Within a flood of sound that tempts people, the crowd repeats a chaotic dance to their heart's content, eventually achieving a state of rapture.
It's not like that.
It's not like that, though.
By the way, Miss Rosette, are you sure that you should be reposing in a place like this?
Huh?
I have been observing this town state for some time now, and it seems this red fog has completely enveloped it. If left as is, I do believe that matters will take a turn in an unfavorable direction for you and your friends.
What? Elizabeth, do you know something? Is you, Senpai? Is everyone okay?
My, why are you asking me?
When it comes to searching for your friends, I recall your power being uniquely suited to the task.
I can't find anything in all this fog. It's no use.
I see. In other words, you are grieving for your powerlessness, electing to stand here without attempting to search for your friends on your own. What a disappointing turn of events. I have no interest in such a dull person. Please excuse me.
Damn. I do recall that Elizabeth speaks her mind very clearly and cuts to the point, but holy shit. He's right. Why was I standing around here? Why did I keep worrying so much? Everyone may be in trouble, but I can move. I can think. I might even be able to help if I can get close enough to pick up on everyone's location. Until I've run around so much that I can't take another step, search as hard as I can, and done everything in my power, I have no right to whine that it's no use.
Elizabeth! What seems to be the matter? I have already lost interest in...
No, I just wanted to thank you. I'll try doing what I can.
Oh, what a horrific change of heart. Or is that heroic? Either way, it seems you have realized the potential that slumbers within you. Truly impressive. But if you were to encounter a shadow right now, your current strength would not be sufficient to fully beat the snot out of it.
Huh?
Which is why I have the sudden urge to test whether your resolve is truly sincere.
Oh no.
Wait, what do you...
Please,
Knowing that
do
she's
not
the super
waste your
boss of
breath as I come
P3.
at you.
Huh? What? Why is this happening? No, I need to go look for everyone. When the shadow that appears behind Elizabeth swings its sword, a shockwave shoots forward, parting the red fog and gouging at the concrete at my feet. This isn't good. At this rate, Elizabeth will wipe me out before I can find everyone. No, I'm gonna protect you, Senpai, and all the others, no matter what.
I will not miss again. I hope you are prepared.
Persona! No way! My persona?
I'm starting to grow excited. I must say it's been rather a long time since I last felt this exhilarated.
I am going to do this.
They'll convert. So that they will convert her persona so that she can fight more appropriately in this game. But they won't do the same for just taking the fully awakened personas in P4 and just do this. Really?
It's okay. I can do this now.
Really?
From here on out, I've made my decision. I'm going to stay and protect everyone.
Now, show me the transformation of the potential within you. Burn it into my memory.
Alright, come on. Go.
Finally.
Where'd you get the microphone, Rise?
I see. Remarkable.
Oh no.
What?
Huh?
Oh, my turn.
Let's roll. No timeouts.
Impressive.
As I anticipated.
Uh-huh. Sad.
Negative penalty.
Oh my. What?
So now.
Remarkable. What? Quite electrifying.
Persona.
My attack. Here, freeze.
How the?
Ooh. Opening my summoning.
Wait. Persona.
Well done.
She was interesting to play with. In the slightest, at the very least.
I won?
Truly impressive. You have indeed shown me the power of mankind's potential.
Elizabeth lightly brushes away the dust on her clothes from the fight and smiles at me.
Why did you help me out?
Help you? I didn't even have the shiniest intention of helping you.
But I didn't know that my persona could do that stuff. Isn't that why you helped me?
I see. That was not my intention at all. But if you say so, then I'm starting to get the sense that it may be true. In which case, It would only be natural to demand worthy compensation for such assistance.
Huh? Wait, are you asking me for money?
Or perhaps your soul?
Whoa, definitely not.
A ticket to your comeback concert would do as well.
Oh, I could probably swing that.
No. I believe I shall ask for this world's future instead.
That's pretty vague.
Either way, it is decided. A
Oh
struggle
man, this is
between
hilarious. I love it.
solitude and bonds. The two great potentials of mankind is about to begin. I have no intention of assisting either side, but neither can I dismiss the contest as irrelevant to me.
You lost me there. But what you're talking about is why this town got messed up, right?
Indeed, whether your bonds will win the day, or whether that young man's solitude will emerge victorious, I am massively intrigued as to how this struggle will end.
That young man. Whoa, are you talking about the culprit behind this?
Dear me, I've accidentally slipped up. In any case, please look over there.
Elizabeth points past the fog as if dodging her own words. Well, I'm not letting her off that easy, but she probably won't tell me anything more. Still a little puzzled, but I go ahead and look at where she's pointing and can't help but lean forward in another shock. Out there on the hill where Yasogami High should be is this weird, huge tower. It looks like some kind of evil villain's lair.
I believe that is where the final battle will take place. It seems a number of your friends are already headed that way. What will you do, Miss Rosette?
I'll go too, so I can fight with them.
A perfect answer. I give you a gold star.
She draws a large star with one hand and goes directly into an elegant bow. She probably is headed off somewhere now. I really can't figure her out.
Well then, I bid you good luck, Miss Rosette.
Senpai, everyone, wait for me.
No, they're not. They're just running. They're just running and doing their thing. Alright, we still haven't figured out what's going on with the Dachi. Hope we get to do now Ultimax. Naoto! Other best girl!
The town becomes a labyrinth as the clock strikes midnight. It's just like the dark hour described in those documents.
Did the town become a labyrinth? I thought it was just... Whatever. Take a deep breath and check my surroundings. First, I review the situation. I remain calm and collect as much data as I can. Should be able to put together a picture of what's going on.
No one's here yet. I'd have thought someone would have come straight to Juness.
From what I could tell on my way here, this town is utterly empty. You and Senpai and the others all right? If this phenomenon is the same as the Dark Hour from the document, then the only ones capable of moving about are Persona users. Why? This was deliberately induced. Then what is the culprit's aim in doing so? Since my call with Lavris was cut off, I have no idea about her safety either. The helicopter she and her companions were in riding safe? And what's happened to Mitsuru-san and her retinue? This is a dangerous line of thought. Am I cool? Can't keep my thoughts straight. No detective.
Calm down. If I start worrying, there'll be no end to it.
Take another deep breath. I already know... I know already that the red fog filling the area isn't poisonous at first blush. I did consider that the enemy might be employing an airborne toxin. The whole town is covered in this. No way to move about while still avoiding it.
Still, it may be best to try not to breathe it in to the extent I can avoid it.
Huh? Naoto-kun?
Huh?
I'm thrown for a loop, being called out of the blue. I was so lost in thought that my reaction is slightly delayed.
Chie-senpai, is that you?
Uh-huh. Why?
No. Ooh. We know where Chie is, and is not there.
Thank goodness you're safe. What about the others?
How should I know? They've got nothing to do with me.
Cheerful answer. The tone of which sounds like Chie-senpai's usual self. But her actual words ring a warning bell in my mind.
My senses seem untampered with. From which I take it that you are not Chie-senpai. Who are you?
Little old me? I'm Chie Satonaka, though I'm a fake one, based on the real Chie.
I see. So you make no effort to hide your true nature. And what are your intentions?
What a foolish question, even for me. The The town was covered in a strange red fog shortly after the disappearance of Mitsuru-san and her people. Now a false Chie-senpai identical to the real thing stands before me. I have no inkling as to the enemy's goals, but it's at least apparent that they expect to fight us in order to accomplish them.
Isn't it obvious? I came to fight you.
I mean, the only one that actually tried to fake being, you know, real, the real one was basically Kanji's, and I still don't know why he tried. Everybody else showed up and was just like, yeah, no, I'm ready to fight. Let's go.
Are you? Rather, is the culprit who created you the same one who seized Labris? Or is it an accomplice of his?
I want information right now. Even if what stands before me is an imitation, it is honestly answering me this much. I felt it would be smarter to draw out as much information from it as possible.
You really are sharp, aren't you, Naoto-kun? But who cares about any of that? Persona!
What?
Familiar's shadow takes form behind the fake Chie-senpai. Impossible. As close as these fakes are, they aren't the genuine article. Yet, not only was this one able to summon the same persona that Chie-senpai uses, but it did so in the real world? What in the world is going on here? The U was actually pretty quick. I think the Yosuke one took a couple more lines. And I can't remember the Yukiko one at the moment. And I'm not going to count the Teddy one, because the Teddy one literally was fighting Teddy, so if Teddy didn't know that the Teddy was fake, then that's very concerning. After dodging the attack, I jump back and draw the gun at my side. This is no illusion. That was a heavy strike, with considerable weight behind it.
Did I surprise you? Sorry, I meant it as a little greeting.
It seems the circumstances are different from before. What sort of scheme is unfolding now?
Solving that's supposed to be the detective's job. If you don't hurry and get ready, you'll get yourself hurt.
You say that, but the detective is meant to question people and get answers, so technically, she is doing her job appropriately, now isn't she?
So you have no intention of providing answers. Very well.
Hi, Teddy.
Ooh, now that's our Now-chan. It's so convenient for us that you catch on quick.
Is that General Teddy?
You understand without me having to explain, right? Thanks for participating in the P1 Climax. Now then, on to Now-chan's first round. Obviously, this is a serious battle with nowhere to run. Oh, by the way, Mid-chan and the others you're looking for were smushed and captured by me, General Teddy.
I mean, yeah, but he also is very prideful to the point where he's like, you're ruining my image. So he figured it out relatively quick.
In other words, if you keep winning,
I think he was confused for about one line, if anything.
to save them.
Though I had considered this as a possibility, I can't help but furrow my brow at General Teddy's words. So Mitsuru-san and her team were indeed captured. The shadow operatives are professionals when it comes to shadow-related matters, so if our opponent captured them so easily, then we clearly cannot afford to underestimate him.
Oh, and you can use your persona too, Naoto-kun. Well then, bring on the ring!
I wonder what the line is in Japanese for bring on the ring. Immediately after the fake's cry, red pillars appear in midair surrounding us. They swiftly fall, embedding themselves into the ground. So this is the ring this time. I can surmise the basic rule. Fair to say, invisible walls stretch between the pillars and will not be able to proceed without until the match is completed. In which case, there's only one option open to me.
It seems I haven't time to waste, so I won't bother holding back. Persona!
Great! That's the Naoto-kun I know! That makes it even more fun!
Something like that, yeah.
I wouldn't be so certain. You can never win against me.
Alrighty. Let's roll. Battle time.
Final. Fight!
Yeah.
I must hit! I must hit!
Okay.
Careful, because I let's remember that unlike in cross tag, Naoto has actual bullet counts. Burst it too early.
Okay.
Was there a poke? Thank goodness.
What a rare, close battle! You both fought well.
That was a really weird song to be playing for a battle, though, if I have to be honest.
I lost. Well, I guess that's enough.
As I said, you cannot win against me. Our forms can be mimicked, but you can never replicate our inner drive.
It was strong. Though I wore a brave face to intimidate my opponent, had I put one foot wrong, it could have been me who was defeated. Especially with how close that fight was, yep. For some reason, I feel much more exhausted than I remember being the case when I would fight inside the TV world. Is it because of my opponent's abilities, or...?
This is a setup.
There's a mighty cracking sound, and the red pillars to the four sides of me shatter. I've evidently emerged the victor without any problem, and gained the right to proceed. As that happens, the false Chie Senpai begins to disintegrate before my eyes. It must have been created by tampering with the shadow.
Huh? What is that?
What appear to be grains of light float up from the rapidly dissolving fake. They form a ribbon of light, drawing an arc in the air, and drift away in a particular direction as if drawn to them. Thinking back on the battle, I believe I saw similar grains of light whenever my persona and the fakes would clash. What are they? Could they be hints of something? When I follow the light with my eyes, I can scarcely believe what I see. There's an enormous and bizarrely shaped structure which has no place in a rural town, or anywhere else in the real world.
Is that the hill where Yasogami High is? The orbs of light are gathering there.
Something's off. The opponent's methods are different from Labrys's case. They're challenging us head-on now. The salient aspects of this case are the red fog enveloping the real world, the giant tower atop Yasogami High, the grains of light that appear in battle, and this strange exhaustion I feel. Suddenly, something pops into my mind. Those documents I obtained from public safety. One of them detailed a past case involving Mitsuru-san's team involving a giant tower that only appeared during a special period of time. If I recall correctly, it was called Tartarus? That aberrant tower was built to call forth something monstrous. Is it possible that...
Is the culprit of this case intending to...
I must ask that you not needlessly inquire further. Now is not yet the time.
Impossible. This was unlike my encounter with the false Chie Senpai. I was paying close attention to my surroundings. Yet this man suddenly appeared behind me as if from thin air?
Naoto Shirogane, you will be making your exit here. Die.
Clear voice pierces the red fog, and the next sound that reaches my ears is what seems to be a blade slicing the air. That man needs to die now. Like, seriously, laid a hand on freaking Naoto. I'm pissed. Yeah, I don't want to deal with Adachi yet, and I need Naoto to be okay, so I'm gonna keep checking on Naoto real quick, if you guys don't mind. The other ones I can feel like they can take care of Adachi. The strike I barely dodged grazes my cheek and slices through the air. The pain of the initial blow, which struck my back, is beginning to affect my breathing. My throat constricts, and I have difficulty getting air into my lungs. If only by force of will do I keep from blacking out as I look towards my assailant, who now approaches me. Young man, he wears a Yasogami High uniform. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? That looks nothing like a Yasogami High uniform. I'm so confused. I am so utterly confused.
You dodged. Such a struggle you put up. You're wasting my time.
Who are you?
I am Minazuki. Show Minazuki. I am the one who will destroy you, the Kirijo fools, and this world.
So, you're the ones who captured Mitsuru-san and...
Yes, I caught them off guard, just as I did with you here. It seems you're not very perceptive.
So Mitsuru-san and her people have fallen into enemy hands after all. It's hard to believe. Is this young man truly the mastermind behind these incidents?
Though your intuition is impressive, for you to discern our plan after only one battle.
It's an absurd scheme. What are you trying to summon with that tower?
I gather that his plan is far more dreadful than what I imagined at the start. That grotesque tower called Tartarus, which was brought forth to call upon something inhuman. What if the culprit in this case also intends on summoning something to this world? And what if the reason our enemy makes no move to hide the fakes and the challenges to legitimize fights is because they need to gather something before that plan can be achieved?
Don't get me wrong. That in itself is not my objective. All I want is to grant a wish.
A wish? Whose?
There's no need for you to know.
This isn't good. He's already close enough for his attack to reach me. Still suffering from the earlier strike. Minazuki's next blow will surely cost me my life. But I need to buy whatever time I can now.
Kidnapped Labrys and attempted to collect our personas before, but that's not the case this time. You're using Mitsuru-san and her team as hostages, and you've prepared fake versions of us to fight. There's only one reason why you'd create such elaborate imitations of us, even to the point of summoning personas, and have them challenge us. You set this entire scenario up so that we wouldn't think twice about fighting.
That's right. Everything was set up from the start. It's the same rules as last time. After drumming that impression into our heads, our opponents admit outright that they're fake. I'd have to take a look at the pants again. Just because obviously in this image it doesn't show his pants. As a result, I had stopped trying to figure out the motivations behind their action. As they had taken hostages and warped this town, we concluded that we had no choice but to play along, and we were willing to fight, without further hesitation. But I suspect Minazuki must be gaining those shining particles I saw earlier through our battles with the fake.
Again, your intuition is impressive. By forcing you to fight in this fog, I am carving off bits of your personas.
Carving off our personas?
I've said too much. It seems our guests of honor have arrived.
Minazuki turns his gaze to the sky and narrows his eyes, looking beyond the red fog. Ah! Simultaneously, the faint sound of helicopter blades becomes evident. Bad use of sound effects, because that does not sound faint!
I enjoyed my time with you. If the opportunity arises again, I'd like to speak with you further.
With that, Minazuki gracefully puts distance between us. The moment there's enough space for someone to intrude between us, a shadow comes dancing down from the sky as if waiting for that exact moment. I'll take another look at him later. Hi, Labrys!
Labrys?
Don't worry now, Takun, I gotcha!
I know, right? That's exactly how I felt. Like, that's not faint. I mean, at this point, it can't be faint. It got closer, but,
Labrys,
you know.
Don't let your guard down. He's the one who attacked Mitsuru-san's group.
This guy?
Our guests of honor have arrived. I've been waiting for you, Shadow Operatives.
Labrys stands between Minazuki and myself, as if shielding me. It seems I've been spared the worst-case scenario. The sound of the helicopter's rotor still remains in the sky above us. It appears to be slowly descending. I strongly suspect that a plume of dust was installed into that helicopter. I recall an entry in the public safety documents explaining how a plume of dust would enable machinery to continue functioning, even in supernatural spacetimes where no other electronics would work. It's unlike me to let my mind wander to matters of parascience. Perhaps it's the relief at my life no longer being in peril.
Who are you? Why are you doing all this?
Who am I? That constant
question. It's quite intriguing that a machine created for suppressing shadows would ask you.
What?
But first, let me see the rest of you.
Tsukuyomi! As Minazuki keeps his eyes on Labris, a black liquid shadow rises from behind him, instantly ascending to the helicopter. It's a shadow. No. Persona. And it means to take down that helicopter.
No! Yukari-san! Cancun!
Labris cries out in desperation. Persona users though they may be, they're still human. If they go down along with the helicopter they're in, they'll be grievously wounded at best.
Persona!
An unfamiliar woman's voice calls from within the helicopter. All at once, a tremendous gust of wind swirls about the helicopter, repelling the black shadow's ambush at the last second.
Quite the persona user. However...
Yukari-san, he's winding up for another one! We're getting off, Koromaru!
Hoppers! Just as the whirlwind dies down, an attack originating from within the helicopter speeds towards Minazuki's persona, which is primed to attack again. Amazing! What a perfectly timed maneuver. They've been working together for a while, I'll tell you that much. The surrounding fog lights up and as the personas clash with each other, those grains of light that Minazuki's after disperse. At the same time, three figures jump out of the helicopter and descend toward us. The whir of the helicopter's rotors increases, which I take to mean that it's flying off somewhere. So then, its objective from the start was to drop off these people here. God, I haven't seen these guys in so long. It's been so long since I played P3. I look once again at the two new arrivals from the animal that had descended upon the food court. Ah, I know who they are. After all, it was only a moment ago I was at Inaba Station reviewing the documents pertaining to them.
That was close. But now that we're here, you don't get to do whatever you want anymore.
My brain's wires are crossed in my head. Because I can hear both Yukari and freaking Kawakami at the same time. The use of voice actors is gonna hurt my brain for a bit. I mean, like, in a good way.
Naoto Shirogane, right? Are you all okay? We'll handle this.
Obviously, they're older than the pictures in the document. But the woman is Yukari Takeba. The calm boy is Ken Amada. And the Snow White Shiba following closely at Ken-kun's heels is Koromaru-san. They were all involved in the incident which occurred when Mitsuru-san was in high school. And though they are not officially numbered members, they are persona users of on the Shadow Operatives Emergency Suppression Unit, the auxiliary staff.
Labris, I'm trusting Naoto-kun with you.
Gotcha! You don't have to worry about a thing now. So you're our enemy. You won't escape now.
You would think that Ken-kun's voice would drop a little bit in the, 4 years that it's been? He's in high school. Anyway. Three of them fan out to Minazuki's left and right, readying themselves for combat. Such efficient tactical movement, all while never dropping their guard. I wonder how often one must face death in order to become like that. Not very often, but it's gotta be like basically death incarnate.
The players have finally gathered. It's nice to meet you. I am Minazuki. Sho Minazuki. Welcome to his world.
Whose world?
I wanted to meet you all, especially Kirijo. You are the ones who killed his father, after all.
No. What?
What's he talking about?
Who knows? I don't really care either.
Ken-kun's being very straightforward
I
today.
have no intention of fighting you now. I only wished to see your faces.
His world. Minazuki's phrasing catches my attention. This could be an important clue as to the culprit's motive. Could Minazuki mean that he instigated this in order to avenge someone whose parent or parents were killed? Perhaps he's seeking revenge on the Shadow Operative. No, that's not right. Given that they took Mitsuru-san's groups hostage and summoned the others here, it seems more likely that Minazuki Wants to get revenge on Mitsuru-san and her associates from high school.
I'll be heading back now. Take your time here.
I feel like there's somebody from the Shadow Operas missing here, though. Junpei! Where's Junpei? When Minazuki raises his hand, a different voice echoes from further in. The voice I know only too well.
Don't get the wrong idea. I'll be your opponent.
What the? What's going on? Another Naoto-kun?
Don't be deceived. That's an imitation of me.
An imitation? Huh. That sounds like the kind of dirty trick they'd pull.
Huh. It seems I'll be facing those who are participating in the Grand Prix for the first time. I hate to waste time. So let's simply begin now.
Bring on the ring!
My doppelganger raises one hand to the sky. It means to summon the red pillars that form the arena. I'm still too badly injured to dodge this. But I can't allow us all to be trapped here.
Everyone, get away from me! Hurry!
Yukari-san, Koromaru, spread out!
Yukari-san and Kenkun and Koromaru-san jump back in response to my warning shout. Labris, on the other hand, maintains her position shielding me, making no attempt to move at all. Yukari told Labris that I'm trusting Naoto-kun with you, and Labris would never abandon her duties. Yukari-san and Kenkun understand that as well, so Labris was not mentioned when Kenkun gave the order to spread out. Very efficient teamwork. I feel that I understand the secret behind the Shadow Operative's strength somewhat. 4 red pillars fall from the sky and embed themselves firmly into the fourth floor, release a dull light. Thank goodness. Yukari-san and the others seem to escape the pillar's field of influence.
What's going on? Wait, what the? Where's the culprit?
What? Wait, when did he?
Now that they mention it, I too realize for the first time that Minazuki is nowhere to be seen. Minazuki's presence is completely gone. Vanished from the arena just as suddenly as appeared behind me.
Like I said, I'll be your opponent. Don't worry. A version of myself so close to death, and a machine who's just joined the Shadow Operatives would be pretty sorry prey. So just this once, while no attacks are still allowed from outside the ring, I'll agree to fight whoever enters the arena. Though of course, once you pass those red pillars, invisible walls prevent anyone from leaving until I'm defeated in single combat.
Invisible walls. That's just ridiculous. No!
Wow. I mean, to be fair, there were no invisible walls in Tartarus, so... That's where we are. Yukari-san tries to take a step forward and hits her head badly on the invisible wall. Perhaps I gave them too much credit before. It's possible that these Shadow Operatives are, in fact, surprisingly careless.
This is just like the last P1 Grand Prix, except we're in the real world.
Hello! General Teddy here. Long time no see, Labby-chan. Oh, don't look so shocked. Let's see if I can guess what you were thinking. No! You're supposed to be my shadow. Why? Or something like that.
Is that Inaba's persona user, Teddy? He doesn't look like a bear to me.
Okay, maybe because from what you can see, that's hard to fathom, but...
He just looks like a plush mascot. Is he dressed up like that on purpose?
Oh. They heard bear, they thought bear, but like actual bear, not plush bear. Gotcha.
You there! Silence in the peanut gallery! How dare you call my bona fides into question? I'll have you know I look bear-rific!
Crap, he heard me.
This is your last chance to push your luck like that. Labby-chan and Now-chan aren't getting out of here until you win a one-on-one fight. So, are you okay with that? Are you gonna move on without your friends? Hurry up and decide whether you're gonna enter the ring or not!
Will you shut up? Fine, let's do this. I'll go in and...
No, please move on!
Huh?
You can't let him provoke you. The culprit's aim is to make us fight against our doubles, thereby carving off our personas.
Carve off our personas?
Mitsuru-san and the others are within the tower on the hill. It won't be easy. but
Oh,
try
I
and
just
avoid combat with
realized
the imitations
the
as you
carve off the
rescue them.
personas actually is part of the mechanics in the fight, because you have, depending on the persona user, only so many times you can have your persona break before they become unusable for a certain period of time. That's clever. I like that.
Okay, Labris, we're leaving the rest to you.
Oh, what's this? They left you behind. I guess that's the extent of this friendship you go on about.
You say that, but we just met these people for the first time. Oh no, they're not my friends. Really? No.
That's not true.
What about it is untrue? For it seems to me that the others moved on, leaving you two alone.
You clearly have no understanding of the bonds between people.
Yeah, what she said. They didn't ditch us. Yukari-san believes in me, so that's why she trusted me to take care of Naoto-kun. And that's why I'm gonna make sure to knock you out of the park myself.
God, I love Labris's English accent, this Brooklyn. I know that technically it's not quite right. It probably should be closer to Texan than Brooklyn, but I love this. It's so good. Let's see how I can do with Labris. I'm very curious of how heavy Labris is, considering that, you know, she's made mostly of metal.
Final.
You have a strong heart.
Take this! Summon! Military at me!
You have the lead.
Summon! Way to give it up! Take this! Sorry about this! So close!
Battle.
Take this! Sorry about this! Too bad! Take him!
No.
Actually pretty easy.
It's only natural.
But then again, by that same token... Oh, I just noticed there's a meter or something or other up at the top. That's weird.
What a fantastic battle! We must have gathered a good many persona fragments just from that alone.
Right. No other me the other me melts into a puddle at the center of the food court. The most unpleasant sight to behold. I hear a cracking sound and turn to see the red pillars that had trapped us shatter. The invisible wall should be gone as well,
Is
but
it okay, Naoto-kun? We ended up fighting this thing.
There was no getting around it. Our enemy has Mitsuru-san, her friends, and this town hostage. Besides, we had no means of escape.
So, everything was set up perfect. Who do you think that Minazuki guy is?
I don't know, but...
can't help but fall to my knees from the pain I'd forgotten about. I haven't completely recovered from Minazuki's strike yet.
Naoto-kun!
Labris promptly lends me her shoulder. This may be an odd thing to say, but it's at times like this that I truly feel I have made friends. Not that I ever say such things in front of my senpai.
Thank you, Labris. You truly saved my life.
Come on, no need to thank me. I told you it was my turn to help you guys out. But what about Yukon and them?
We inform each other of what's happened up to this point and exchange information. Labris's team was investigating Inaba Pass, where Mitsuru-san's group went missing and were headed here after filling up on gas. While we spoke on the phone, midnight struck and she saw the change in the town from the air. It seems that the red fog suddenly rose up to cover the town and a giant tower appeared on the hill where Yasugami's high is situated. In addition to Yukari-san, Ken-kun, and Koromaru-san, there's a man in town by the name of Junpei Iori. Okay, so he's around. Whom they haven't yet been able to meet up with. All told, the Shadow Operatives sent 4 people, or rather, 3 people and a dog. 4 people? No, you had it right the first time. The dog has enough strength of will and might as well be.
That fake was a tough customer. What in the world are they?
The imitations seem to be crafted from shadows. I'm astonished that they can even copy our persona abilities. But that aside, let's hurry, Labris. There's actually something I couldn't tell Yukari-san earlier.
Huh? What's that?
It's that young man Minazuki's true objective. He's gathering persona fragments from us. in an attempt to summon something hideous.
Something hideous?
Indeed. He'll use the tower looming on the hill, just as Tartarus was used when Mitsuru-san and her friends were in high school. I don't know what in particular he intends to bring forth, but there's no denying
That is a good question,
his aim
yeah.
is something along those lines.
Because I would have said he's summoning Nyx, but he can't because of Makoto. And summoning Erebus sounds like counterintuitive to what you'd want to pull off in that case.
Really? Oh yeah, I actually felt something odd about that guy myself.
Odd? In what way?
Well, when I got close to him, I felt something strange. It was exactly like the feeling I get from those plumes of dust we have as claws.
Oh. Does this mean he had a plume of dusk in his possession?
Not exactly. It wasn't that he had one on him. It was more like it was synced up with his heart. It felt just like ours do.
Synced with his heart?
Don't understand. Plume of Dusk was integrated into the core of Labris and her sister unit Aegis-san. It plays the role of a heart in their mechanical body. But that man Minazuki seemed to be no different from us at first glance. What could it mean that she detected a plume of dusk in him? The faint light that has been scattered everywhere is gathering now, and I'm starting to see the outline of the truth. But there are still missing pieces. If we rescue Mitsuru-san's group and learn what they know, I expect that we'll be able to reach some sort of conclusion. Labris looks into my face as I'm lost in thought and smiles to try and cheer me up.
Relax. We'll never lose. You saw us fight earlier, right? Yukari-san and Ken-kun can really kick some ass.
Labris speaks with satisfaction, with a proud look on her face. It's far cry from the Labris I first met a few days ago.
It seems you've made some wonderful friends, Labris.
Huh? Oh, you think it's okay for me to think of him that way? It's kinda embarrassing.
That's how it is at the start. Once you come to realize it, though, you'll find that it turns to a warm feeling within you.
Huh. Is that how it was for you, Naoto-kun?
Who knows? Perhaps it was.
I recall when I first met my senpai, and a wry smile forms on my lips. Feeling a bit embarrassed at this, I pull the brim of my hat down over my eyes. It's not just Labris. The same is true for me, and many others I've never met. We all go through this process to find what's precious and irreplaceable.
Let's go rendezvous with the others.
Wonderful. I am so glad that she's okay. I was about to rip this guy to shreds. Yoo-hoo! Alright. Right. Let's check on Adachi, and then I guess after this particular chapter, we'll quit for tonight. We're making some good progress with some nice actual gameplay going on. No doubt about it. As we go down the fog-filled hallway, we see a man we're very familiar with. Could hardly forget his face.
No way! Why is it Dachi-san?
Could he be a fake?
Huh? Fake? Oh, right. I forgot about that whole thing going on.
It's super appropriate that they're both Adachi and Narukami are voiced by Johnny Bosch. Oh my goodness gracious. He does a great job. I love his voice acting. To think that I first met that guy, or the first character I saw for that guy was freaking Adam from the Power Rangers. Ugh, he's grown so greatly. And I say grown, he's older than me because he was a teenager, if not a 20-something, when I was a kid. So... That friendly smile, joking manner, and contemptuously nonchalant laugh. No doubt about this is the Adachi-san we know. Why?
Why are you here? Huh? Oh, well, I had intended on staying well behaved, but someone begged me to help out. And you know, I'm not the kind of guy who can say no to something like that.
Adachi?
How about? You mean that show guy?
Have you guys already met? Oh, man.
That doesn't matter! Don't tell me you're working with the culprit this time, too!
Well, what do you think?
Don't play dumb! If I don't like your answer, there'll be boot prints all over your face!
You don't have boots. I get that you're trying to say you're gonna kick him, but you don't wear boots, Jig.
Who cares about all that? Come on. Aren't you kids in serious trouble right now? What with all the world ending and all?
Yeah. You want to help us out?
So you are!
You guys really like sticking your heads into dangerous situations, don't you? You don't gain anything in life from doing that, you know?
Well, in this case, guess what? We got dragged into it. So even if we didn't want to be, you know, sticking our heads in the dangerous situation, it just kind of dragged us into the hedge anyway.
Adachi-san, you said you would abide by the rules of this world. So why are you here? Rules. Rules, eh? Don't you understand how the real world is in trouble because of show? This isn't like the TV world, where only we were involved. Oh, man. I see you never learn. The only reason I took that brat up on his invitation was because I was bored.
He's telling us that we never learned, and yet he didn't learn from the beatdown we gave him. Can't with this guy anymore. I
All
swear
the
to God.
questions about what he's after or what's gonna happen to this town. I don't give a damn about any of it.
What's he saying?
Adachi, you lousy...
Whoa, whoa, give me a break. I don't intend to get involved with kids like you anymore. Like, I bet you're honestly abiding by the rules here, because that's how you think. The rules here? You know, the one-on-one stuff. You don't even know what's gonna happen because of that. Honestly, rats like you barely even think.
And now I'm reminded of how frustrating Adachi is. It's been so long, like over a couple of years, but holy shit, I was so frustrated at his logic. The only thing that made sense in hindsight is that it's more logic still than Kamoshida and his actions. Because at the very least, A, he was trying to keep it under wraps, unlike Kamoshida, who didn't give a shit. And B, at least his logic has logic to it. He's just still wrong, much like all the other palace owners in P5. So,
What's that supposed to mean?
Like I keep saying, if you keep fighting them on their own terms, it could bite you in the ass. I bet he's collected quite a lot of those persona fragments by now.
Huh?
my hazy, scattered thoughts all come together when I hear what Adachi has to say. We've been vaguely watching those slight particles fly up to the top of the tower. Are those what Sho was after? Could it be the reason the Sho set the rules just to make us fight one-on-one was to give off more of those particles? Persona fragments, according to Adachi-san. During the constant fighting?
Have we been inadvertently helping him? Oh man, you really hadn't noticed? You need to get your act together.
Out of the blue, the distorted school creaks with a loud noise. The jarring sound echoes in the depths of the red fog like animals growl.
What was that just now?
Looks like there's no more time left. Earlier than I expected. Well, that's why I need to get going. Good luck to you, I guess. Oh, and your friends who got caught? They might be in trouble if you leave them be, you know?
Wait! What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what he said, Chie. Come on.
It means just what it sounds like. Then again, I guess it might be impossible for just you three.
Wait!
Adachi-san turns his back on us and disappears into the red fog. Yosuke tries to go after him, but he slams straight into an invisible wall. Looked like it hurt. Hope he's okay. It's only then that I realized that we're already surrounded on all sides by red pillars.
You okay, Yosuke?
This actually hurts more than you'd think. I mean, when did these get set up?
How much longer are you gonna make me wait? You better entertain me at the very least.
Akihiko. We turn around to see the bearer of a familiar voice. Inside the fog is a man standing as if to show off his well-developed muscles. He's topless apart from the red cape. He's definitely one of Mitsuru-san's companions. Akihiko-san.
Welcome to this special ring. This place is truly a square jungle. It sure brings back memories. Yeah, it really takes me back.
When he was part of the boxing club.
Master? Oh, I'm glad that you're safe.
As Chie tries to rush over, a sharp fist whizzes right in front of her. Something's obviously not right. For one thing, Akihiko-san should be captive somewhere. And for another, he wouldn't challenge us to a fight like this.
Fake Akihiko-san.
Don't you all long for the tensing of muscles and the clenching of fists?
What about protein?
It's only seconds away. Step forward if you want to taste the match.
I'm gonna do this Chie. Number one, more thematically appropriate. Number two, I work very well with Chie so far, so let's go.
Final.
Pretty good night.
Dodge! Over here!
Still going?
Ooh, there was some armor on that, huh?
Go for another one!
Ooh, that was late. The counter was a little late. Again! Gotta do the shorter one, I think.
Yes! You really are strong.
I got so used to the that pull back and come forward to be a lot further back in cross
Where
tag.
did Adachi go?
Further ahead as far as I'm aware.
Doesn't this shaking seem bad? It's been getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, looks like we don't have much time.
Hey, hold on a sec. Adachi said something about persona fragments earlier. What did he mean?
Last time, Sho tried to get powerful shadows by shaking us up so our personas would turn back to their original form. And this time, he's lured us into this red fog and made us fight our fakes, so we can carve off persona fragments in the process.
Oh, you mean those balls of light that pop out when we fight against the fakes?
Probably, yeah. Sho is trying to do something with the persona fragments he's collecting.
But what though? Is he gonna make a new persona for himself with them?
I don't know. But all the persona fragments I saw so far were headed to the top of this tower. We might find our answers there.
Trying to figure it out now won't do us any good. We've fallen for the enemy's traps so far, but from here on out, we're going on the counterattack. We have to avoid fighting fakes as much as we can, rescue Mitsuru-san's team, and get to the top of this tower. After we all nod to each other, we run with renewed purpose down the murky hallway.
Sheesh, these hallways are too long. How far do they go? You'd think we'd have gotten to the stairs by now at least.
Maybe just running down the hallways won't work. Why don't we try going into the first open room we see? I mean, this place was connected in some messed up ways during the last P1 Grand Prix.
You do have a point.
But there's tons of classrooms here. Should we just start with the closest one?
That's what she said, wasn't it?
Whoa, bingo!
Oh, good job, Yosuke!
Past the open door is an unmistakable view of a classroom, but on the wall inside is a set of familiar-looking school stairs connected to it like they were forced there.
I still don't like this plan. We're gonna have to check every door we find from here on out.
Don't worry, you can do it, Yosuke.
Yeah, we'll be okay if we got Yosuke with us.
What's with the blind trust in me? I don't remember you guys being such goody-goodies.
What are you doing, Yosuke? Come on, you better hurry up!
Why isn't anyone listening to me? Don't you think it's weird that you're about to leave me behind after saying all that nice stuff?
Fair enough. Just as Yosuke suspected, our progress from the next floor on gets pretty rough. We don't run into any fakes, but we don't make much headway either. How far have we climbed? Feeling impatient, I put my hand on a nearby door and throw it open.
Hey, Yukon!
A giant guillotine blade whooshes right before my eyes. I dodge it barely, but it was much too close for comfort.
You dodged. Not too shabby, Yukon.
That voice!
Why don't you hurry up and come in? I'm bored out of my skull waiting for you guys.
Cautiously step into the classroom. Inside, we find stairs leading up and a figure blocking them. Just as I thought.
Labrys!
Like you don't already know. Yeah, I'm a fake Labrys. So, let's see
Record time!
I can carve off, okay?
You're going too far. What are you trying to do with all these persona fragments?
What do you care? Win or lose, you're all gonna die anyways. I got nothing to tell you. Now, bring on the ring!
2 rounds this time. Red pillars fall from the classroom ceiling, and in their ominous glow, I can see Labrys' long-haired persona. For a second, I was fearing the worst, but this doesn't seem to be Labrys' shadow. It's more like a fake Labrys created from a shadow. Whichever it is, it detaches the giant axe from its back and grips it in its metallic hand. Fake Labrys stares at us with golden eyes and takes a fighting.
I'm a weapon, a special destroyer made only to eliminate the enemy.
Which are shadows, by the way.
And you'll end up with more than just a scratch.
I'll fight with Chie again. I'm too comfortable with Chie to switch this up at this point. You force me to fight with somebody else, fine, but there's no way I'm not fighting with Chie if you give me the option. So let's go. Let's go punchies and kickies. Wow.
Show me those kung fu What should we do?
I love the fact that I very regularly end in freaking grabs. It's hilarious. Especially when it's a butt strike with freaking Chie. Okay, she laughs. We get that. I don't need to listen to the entire laugh. Fake begins to melt, and there's a loud crack as the red pillars shatter. At the same time, the persona fragments that were carved off in the battle turn to particles of light and float into the air.
Oh no! The persona fragments!
She looks like she's about to chase after them, but Yosuke stops her. I understand how she feels, but Yosuke is right. Once they scatter, there's nothing we can do now.
It's fine. We just need to hurry on ahead. We're out of time.
Yeah! Still, it's so frustrating!
Chie seems frustrated, but she agrees. I know it's hard for her to sit around idly, even though she understands.
Hey, something just crossed my mind. Personas were originally our shadows, right?
Hmm? What's this all about?
No, I was thinking about what the culprit's after. I wondered why he'd be so hell-bent on our personas.
Huh?
Well, think about it. There's a bunch of shadows in the TV world, so why is he so fixated on our personas?
Good question.
Yosuke's absolutely right. Last time, the culprit was targeting our personas to collect powerful shadows. Not this time. If he wanted to play it safe, he wouldn't have goaded a bunch of persona users into a fight with him. Especially since we've already got a score to settle. Besides, just because the TV world is in peace again doesn't mean all the shadows have gone away. If that's all he wanted, he could have just gathered them. Really, the culprit is controlling shadows to make fake versions of us fight him. But then why go through all the trouble of preparing these arenas and carving away at our persona? Does he want revenge for last time? I don't know. Joe didn't seem to care about that, so why?
There must be a reason he's targeting our personas in particular.
Some reason why it can't be just any old shadows?
Yosuke and Chie are stumped too. I need some more hints. We're missing some key information. Or maybe I just haven't put it all together yet. A mysterious young man named Sho, persona fragments, and Dachi-san. No. There's still a lot left for us to find out. Yeah. Naoto just has some extra information from the file she was reading before. Okay, so that's what we'll end for tonight. Let's just see what opens up with this. Okay, a kanji-focused episode with, Oh yeah, I definitely need to say that for later, because I'm gonna need to put out my growly voice and stuff like that. No, It's already 11 o'clock my time. So, anyway, you guys have been amazing. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for this this whole time here. You guys have all been 10 out of 10 with me, and I will see you guys come tomorrow, basically, for Final Fantasy 14 rating. If hopefully we have the entire team here, we'll figure that out sooner or later. Just keep an eye on my Twitter, where I usually at least put up, what's going on. So I usually forget to start times and stuff like that. So keep an eye on wherever you are, because I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Trovo, Twitch, and YouTube. Just keep an eye on a bunch of different places. You'll find something out. Either way, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is that you are.